Hi there, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Joe, and I am so excited to be here for session number 45 of the Isles of Iverion. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Let's roll the intro. And oh yeah, look at the cool little animated backgrounds behind the players. I decided to do that on a whim because that sounded fun. Hopefully it doesn't break things because that is a lot of media sources to have active, but we'll see what happens. Okay, roll the intro. Bow, 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 bow. And we're back. So, let's go ahead and dive right into tonight's session. So, picking up where we left off. Wait a minute. I was about to do a summary. Who the fuck do I think I am? No, this is as is tradition here on Roll with Advantage. Even though sometimes I forget, I have the players do the summary because it just makes my life easier, and I appreciate them every minute of every day for doing such a strenuous thing for me. So, this week, Felicity, you are doing the summary, correct?
Yes.
So, with that, Felicity, summarize away. Let's hear it. What happened last time?
Yes, last time the party arrived where they were informed the Dark Friends were staying. It seemed really quiet, so they somewhat was forced to investigate in order to find the threat. When they did, the party members had corpses latched onto them, which incited nightmares into their minds. Each member had a unique nightmare. Nalfian's was his mother, Malice, who killed Yuri and Twig. Eurydice's was her mother saying that she was basically disappointed in her and what she had become. Twig's was with Din and Nalfian, who told her she was annoying and they hated her. Lila's was her father and Cassius, one of the 13, both playing on her insecurities and reanimating her dead sister's body. Nalf, Yuri, and Blossom all broke out of the nightmares, but Twig and Lila couldn't, so the party had to help them. Once they left, Yuri had expressed to Nalf that she felt guilty for bringing Twig and Lila into that. When she was warned by Day, Nalfian, tried his best to reassure her that it was not her fault or really her choice. The next day, with some emotional damage from the night before, the party continued on. Twig needed some distance from Nalf, which had wrecked him on the inside, and Lila tried to offer some advice for Yuri to connect with Paylor better. On the road, the party ran into Alistair, a bard on his way to Hearthcrest to pay off a large debt. Mixed reviews from the party members, but he ended up tagging along with them. They also ran into an awesome merchant and got some cool shit, most notably the Kingdom and Castle cards Nalf got for Twig. Once they arrived at the next town, everyone got a bad vibe, and they learned an old friend of Alistair named Nigel had been affected by something. When they went to investigate, Lila tried to break the curse, which seemed to have worked. But the members of the Children of the Flame in town don't believe he is free from Perido, another member of the 13's curse. The next day, a higher-up member is supposed to come, of the Children of the Flame, is supposed to come and inspect him just to be safe, or sure, or rude, however you want to look into it. Alistair hid away, ended up unlocking the cage for his friend so he could get free. Alistair later informed the party in private that he did that and then fled and planned up meeting again with them in Wheat Hill, trying to find more information for them about the various things that they want to know. The next morning, the Children of the Flame approached the party, upset that once the cursed prisoner was missing, and now we have to wait to see what all that's going to go down about. So,
yeah, precisely. So that's right where we'll hop in. Our group of party members had headed down the stairs early in the morning to the sound of commotion outside. Who knows how many soldiers of the Children of the Flame unmounting and unpacking, setting up camp around the small village of Midglen. And as they get down to the very bottom floor, the common room of the tavern, there they see Child Crowlin, the man with blonde hair turning to white, a large, bushy mustache. They can see him speaking with another individual, a fire genasi man. A wreath of flame for hair and beard, these horns that curled around his hair that are cracked like volcanic rock. eyebrows of flame and 2 motes of fire for eyes. As he looks out to all of you, he says,
So, all of you are those in suspect, it seems.
and as he stands in front of you, gleaming white plate armor trimmed in gold, a white cloak hangs from his shoulders that seems to let off small embers and burns and cracks away, but never dismantles anymore, only ever shifting in the patterns of the burn. Most of the tables have been cleared out of the way as he gestures his hand to a large, long table where all of you can sit. The 5 of you on one side, with 1 chair on the other, as Draven gestures his hand out and says,
Let's talk, shall we?
Nalfian will sit down.
Yeah, Lila will join.
Okay. Alrighty.
And as he's sitting, he's gonna start us off great here. Nalfian's just gonna say, as respectfully as he can, he's just gonna say, and to be perfectly clear, friend, no suspect here. We've been, or we attempted to, and we thought we were pretty successful in helping the person you're looking for, Nigel, his name. We removed a curse from him. We were doing the light's work, and by helping him, whatever darkness was cursing him, and we removed that. That's when, in that exact moment, your captain here walked in.
Did you sit down yet, Nalfian?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's saying that as he sat.
Yeah. And you can see Child Cindered Hunt. He nods. Listening to you. Doesn't respond initially. And he sits down after all of you have been seated. And sort of, as he's sitting down, you can see him sort of grab his cloak and pull it up so he's not sitting on it and wrap it over the side of his leg as he sits down and nods and says,
It's good to know, thank you. Before we discuss any further, are any of you hungry? Like a meal? The kitchen is available should you still be hungry or thirsty.
Don't we have food that was brought to our room? That
not this morning, no.
Oh.
There was food that was brought last night, so you would have been able to eat last night. But
maybe they are hungry.
Yuri would give a look like, no. Don't.
Thank you, but I don't think I'm too hungry this morning.
Nerves, maybe. It's hard to eat when your stomach's grumbling with anxiety and fear. I think you should eat.
Believe me, friend, I'm not afraid of the truth. But sure, why don't we all enjoy a meal?
I'd love that.
And he just kind of raises his hand, and you can see that a couple of Children of the Flame, they come out, and they come out with 1 pitcher of what looks to be some type of mulled wine, and a pitcher of water. Cooled, you can see the condensation collecting on the side, as well as several plates of steamed and cooked vegetables, as well as several seeming whole chickens that have been cooked over a flame. As you can see him pour himself a pitcher of wine, pour himself a small glass of wine, and then take some of the vegetables and chicken and set them on his plate as he just cuts a small piece of the chicken off and takes a bite, followed by a sip of the wine.
Please, help yourself.
And so all of you sort of grab little bits and pieces of food just to kind of put on a plate. Maybe just kind of like moving it around, not really eating it.
Good. So, you say,
Looking to you, Nalfian.
You say that this man, Nigel, was cursed, and one of you broke said curse. Is that true?
That's exactly what happened. On our way into town, the day before, I had noticed that people were moving away from the city, and I thought that strange. So, I asked a few people on the way in what the problem was. Very kind gentleman informed me that Nigel, the man in question, something was wrong with him. He was feral, attacking people. Thought that was strange. And when we arrived here in town, we saw Nigel out back. We wanted to help. And so we did. Now, were we completely successful? We thought we were. But your captain insisted that there was more to the story. And was going to kill the man outright. But as followers of the light as you are, I'm sure you'd want confirmation whether or not the curse was truly still there before making such a swift judgment.
And the rest of you agree with his story?
Looking to the other four of you.
Yeah.
You're just
That's
nodding
what
head,
happened.
looking down the whole time.
Of course I do.
Well,
And he kind of goes to grab what looks to be a piece of fruit, and he picks it up off the table, and he kind of frowns a little bit.
oh. The one problem I have with coming to villages, it's not a big problem, but most of the time, especially this soon after winter, fresh fruit is hard to find. You see,
And he holds up an apple, and you can see that there is this sort of like mold that has eaten away at part of the apple, maybe to the core, not really that far, only on one side. And he takes it and he says,
well, maybe we can just...
and he takes out a small knife and he cuts the apple in half and breaks it. And the mushy, sort of rotten half he sets off to one side, and then he hands it to you, Nalfian.
Would you like a bite?
I'm alright. But thank you.
No.
So, you have a problem then with eating an apple that has very obviously been infected with mold.
No. When we first sat down, I told you I wasn't very hungry.
So then,
He looks to somebody else who probably hasn't eaten that much, maybe to Twig, and says,
what about you, little one? Would you like an apple? An apple that very obviously has been shoulder to shoulder with mold. I cut the mold off.
Look to see what the other people's faces are like from her friends, just to see what their reaction is.
Yuri's gonna reach out instead, just kind of hold out her hand. You cut away the infected bit. Seems fine to me.
very well. Sets it in your hand.
She just takes a bite of it.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
You bitch.
Shit.
He started getting on Twig. That's actually not bad. Give me a minute. That is 17.
17. Okay. You do have a brief moment where you kind of feel yourself, that pain in your stomach, that twist, and you do sort of like dry heave just a little bit and cough just a little bit, but you continue chewing and swallowing. You don't vomit, which you were very close to doing. The apple was mushy, it was not healthy. Draven Hunt looks, and he says,
Well, what we're willing to do to prove a point, right? You know that what apple you just took a bite out of was still infected, even though I removed the mold. You may have removed most of the infection of that man, most of the taint of the Dark One, but if you truly think that his mark was completely removed, then you're foolish.
Well, that's why you're here, isn't it?
It is.
We did. Great.
We weren't sure, that's why we didn't set him free. We were willing to wait and see what the result was.
Well, let me bring you up to speed on what's been happening in this area, then. In the farmlands, maybe 4 or 5 miles out from Midglen, families have been disappearing. Some of them gone completely, some of them brutalized in their homes.
at first, and he stands up from the table and begins to pace around the room.
At first, we had thought that it were wolves coming into houses. Wolves that had been starved, trying to find food. And as soon as some farmer decided that he would fight back, the wolves lunged at him. But the cuts and scars and tears were too much. Then we started to find bullet wounds on their bodies. I don't know about you, but I haven't found a wolf yet who's been smart enough to arm themselves in such a manner. Some bodies go missing. Some bodies are brutalized. So, if I'm given word about a man with golden eyes like a wolf, a feral nature to him, I can only make one conclusion. That he's been infected by this same thing that's been killing families. Believe me, my friends, we appreciate your duties and your service to the light. I am sad, though. My one thing. I thought that... Well, let me just ask one last thing. I'm just curious to know your names. As you know, my name is Child Sendered Hunt. Or Draven Hunt, should you prefer.
Nalfian. Just looks at him.
Lila Tatiana.
Same as the headmaster of the college, correct?
That is correct.
Impressive.
Violet.
Violet.
And he looks to you, Twig.
She has a moment of panic when Eurydice says Violet, because she was like, oh, okay, we're using real names. Oh, no, we're not using real names. And she'll just say, Iris.
Iris.
And, Blossom.
Oh, it's interesting. So, Nalfian, what happened to the rest of those who assisted you in Highland Pass? Word travels fast about such feats. To save a city from an undead horde is no small feat. I'm sad to see that Eurydice and Twig and Grok and
Some of us decided to go our separate ways.
well, that is sad to hear. But you trust your new companions in this way?
I do. I'm sorry, not to be disrespectful in any way, but I don't see what our personal lives have to do with any of this. We came by, we tried to help someone in need. You're telling us that our help likely was all for nothing?
No, there
Hell,
are
at least we
ways
tried.
to cleanse rot and darkness from one's soul. I've seen it happen. Shadow spawn and dark friends turned to the light. He smiles. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, I wish you luck in all that you do.
Well, I have a feeling I just got a lot more lucky.
And how's that?
Well, you see, I had a contingency of children of the Flame Scouts who went missing. We found tracks leading northward out of town, coming from the barn. So, I figured who better to get to the bottom of such a task? Wolfkin and a potential Father Parido than those who saved the city of Highland Pass. Or one of which.
So you're telling me you need our help?
Well, yes, I do. And I'm willing to ask. Sadly, whatever curse you may have broken, I fear was not all of it. So if you'd like to help this man, you'd like to bring him in alive so I can finish the job, I suggest you do it before the other children of the flame get to him. Some soldiers in my retinue are not as understanding as you and your friends. That isn't less, of course. You're fine with leaving what could be an innocent man behind. But I suppose that's up to you.
Did you not just tell your men that he is potentially innocent?
Well, I would, but they already went searching for him before I heard your story. I have no way to reach them now. No idea where they might be, aside from northward.
Well, actually, if you would like some help with that, I do have some magic that could assist. I don't know who you put in charge of the mission, but I'm happy to give aid, and that would definitely benefit us, for sure.
Would it?
Mm-hmm. Communication is the best way to make everything go smoothly.
Very well.
Just give me a name and I can let them know.
And it kind of squints for a bit, and he says,
Send a message to Doran Fowler. Oh, actually, Wait, no. He's busy somewhere else. I think that it'd be best if you send a message to... his name is Dunrick. He was sent on this mission along with several others. Hopefully they haven't found too much.
What actually might work better, I can actually cast it through you, and you can actually talk to them yourself. We can do it right now.
Very good.
Wonderful. And then she'll reach out her hands, ready to take his hands.
Okay. He'll grab onto them. His hands are very, very, like, a dry heat.
Arizona.
Yeah, very much.
Sorry.
My man has Arizona hands.
And then she'll close her eyes, her star symbol will glow, and then she will cast sending.
Okay.
Dunrick, if you haven't yet found the man from Midglen, do not show force. Try and take him peacefully if you can. I have a feeling that he can still yet be saved.
As the message sends, Lila, you can feel that there's no response.
I insight check for
Yeah.
if Dunrick is on this fucking mission.
Yeah, make an insight check.
That is 17.
17? As far as you can tell, he's being honest.
I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with arcane magics like this. What does no response mean?
It could mean a few things. That he either doesn't have a response, the message failed, or the person no longer exists to give the message to, or they're on a different plane of existence. So it's not, perfect. He may just not have anything to say. Unless you think he was in danger for any reason, or any planar shifting activities, or...
Well, Barido is very powerful. I suppose that could have been the case.
Yeah. Those splits probably are where someone as powerful as Barido would linger, so hopefully it's just that the message couldn't go to him.
Well, now I fear if I send more soldiers out there after them, I don't know if the soldiers will be too keen on taking anyone alive, now knowing that their fellow comrades have died.
Well, that's not necessarily a fact. And also, it's a risky world. Anyone could die at any moment.
It's true. Very true. So I'm sure most of them are thinking, why take the risk? You see, the Children of the Flame has taken a bit of a downward turn the past 100 years or so. Leadership has become rather weak, allowing anyone into the ranks, regardless of protesting. Half of my men were sentenced to death for horrendous crimes, but they were recruited. Their spirits were broken and they were turned into soldiers, but sometimes you can still see it in their eyes. And the reason why I wanted to send all of you is because I know that you would give this man a chance if you found him. Sometimes these soldiers react out of fear. But perhaps with you, you wouldn't do such a thing.
And where exactly is he at again? Or where do you think he's at? Some barn, you said?
We're not sure. All we know is that the barn that he was in, on the north side of town, there were tracks that were found leading out and to the north. I can have a scout show you where the tracks were. And hopefully, you'll be able to find him, if you so choose. But if you're busy with other things, Sir Nalfian, perhaps, maybe this isn't the best way for you to spend your time. In fact, in the Great War for the Light, how important is one life when you could be off saving hundreds, if not thousands? You know what? I've reconsidered. The
All
Children
right,
of the
listen.
Flame can handle this.
Obviously not. Because if they could, we wouldn't be in the situation in the first place, would we? Nothing will kind of smile at that. You know, you have a very interesting way of showing concern. You have a very interesting way of holding yourself, presenting yourself, addressing us. You've been, albeit kind, respectful, if that's what you want to call it, but don't think you're sitting here fooling anyone. We'll find him. We'll try to. But if we bring him back to you, how do I know, how do we know you're going to... What's the right word? Judge him fairly? You just sat here and gave us this moral lecture about how you can cut out the rot, but it's still there. What of this man? You gonna cut out his rot and just throw the rest of him away as well? Or are you actually gonna give him a chance? Because I'll be damned if we go out and do your dirty work. Bring him back here, just so you have the pleasure of killing him. Especially if he's innocent.
I give each person who I judge a fair chance.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Same.
Yeah, make
This
an insight
bitch.
check.
Yeah, this bitch.
I forgot I could read his mind.
That'd be nice.
You know what? Let's read his mind. I feel like this would be a good time to use that.
Now I've set a 17 for that.
17.
I got 12.
Well,
No
yeah.
modifiers, just roll the 17 on there.
To both of you, seems as though he's being honest to the best of your ability.
Can I read his mind?
Can you drop the feature in the chat? Actually, wait a
I
second.
can read it.
Actually, wait. I think I can pull up your character sheet because since I re-imported it to D&D Beyond, I think that.
Basically, the creature makes a wisdom saving throw. On its success, you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. On a failure, you read the surface thoughts while in 60 feet for 1 minute. During that time, you can cast suggestions in action. Oh, I didn't know that part. Basically, just surf it. If it fails, I don't read his mind. Or if he succeeds, I don't read his mind. If he fails, I read surface level thoughts.
Does he know if you do it, though?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't
And the
say.
last time we used it, we didn't do that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 'cause
then
it's
it.
the same as detect thoughts, so it's only if you probe.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So wisdom saving throw DC 15. Is that what you said?
Mhm.
Okay, so that is a 19. So that is a success.
All right, huh. Worth a shot.
He says he judges them fairly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I go, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that seemed.
whatever his version of fairly is, he does it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, he's not lying when he says that, at least as far as you can tell, because he has rules that he follows.
It just. Here's the thing: if we don't go and get him, someone else is just gonna kill him, and that's what Nalf's worried about. Because I don't think there's a way. This is outside the game. I'm talking to everyone but you, Joe. I don't know. What are you guys thinking here? Because like I just feel like we're in a pickle no matter what. Because I don't think we can just walk away from this.
No, we have to go get him, but we have to then decide what we do, because he's not cured. So
Well, we don't know if he's cured necessarily, right? Like that's not been confirmed whether he is or isn't. Like yes, his eyes have that golden color, but what does that mean?
Yeah, does it mean it can come back? You know, 'cause
Yeah.
then if it
Or
does,
does it
then
mean
we
he's
look
just
like assholes? But
or is it like when you're touched by magic, you know, like Bianca's a tiefling, but she's not a demon. You know what, like that there's a difference there. So I think whatever we do decide, I think we should go after him. But I think whatever we decide is basically our choice from then on out if we are friends or enemies of the Children of the Flame. And I think that's more the choice that we're sitting with, less so like what's the right thing to do, because I think there's not really a right answer.
Yeah. And I don't think we want them as enemies, even though Nalf does not trust this bitch as far as he could throw him.
I don't know.
Gemma, what are you thinking?
I mean, I was gonna say, because since we had that long rest and we knew that there was like this whole thing gonna be going down, Twig has prepared detect poison and disease. I don't know if that's gonna pick up the shifty thing, but like that could be a way for us to prove it to ourselves at least.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Okay. All right. Team break. All right, back in the game. Yeah, Nalf, as if he had that conversation with all of them just by looking at each of the rest of the party members.
Yeah, you guys have known each other for a while. That's
to read body language.
Yeah, it's fair to say.
He's just gonna look at Yo Dude and just say, "All right, we'll find him. We'll bring him back. He gets a fair chance." And Nalf will extend his hand forward.
Well, that is good to hear. And I promise you, by the light that sits in Nabir Tarman, I will judge him fairly, and I will do everything I can to spare his life.
And he'll shake your hand.
Nalf will hold on to that hand until the last possible second and just look him dead in the eye.
Your hand does start to burn a little bit the longer you.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Nalf will take it. Give me that fire damage.
Oh man. Okay. So
And
yeah.
he's just before he lets go. Nalf's just gonna say, "Just remember, we're on the side of the light too. Don't forget that."
I'm well aware. I heard stories about Highland Pass and the nights after. Thousands of warriors in the sky. Warriors of light fighting against the shadow.
And he pulls you closer and whispers in your ear, and you can feel the flames of his beard sort of beginning to cause some small singeing around your face.
That is the only reason I don't strike you down right now, Nalfian Baynir.
And he's going to pull away and give you one more shake and let go of the handshake.
Let's go. Nalfi's just gonna get up from the table.
yeah, that's questions. Just go.
Okay. Alrighty. So all of you get up and you head out. Yeah. So as you move out of the tavern, you can see that there is quite a bit of activity happening outside. there are a lot more people out here than what once was. You can see some of them are sort of practicing sword forms, banging out armor, just doing all of these different things as if this small village has been turned into this sort of minor military camp. There's maybe, at this point, 50 to 75 Children of the Flame that have arrived, a sizable retinue, and you're sure that there are more in Wheat Hill, as you know that Wheat Hill is a fairly sizable town, Eurydice. So with that, all of you head outside. What's the goal from here?
Quick question. Is Wheat Hill north of here?
No. Wheat Hill is
Which way is
east.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're pretty much just heading east until you eventually get to, like, Hearthcrest and then the college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should we go check out the tracks, I guess, and then see if that can give us some
Yeah.
bearing on the direction? Because we have Twig here who can help us.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I know obviously you're saying, oh yeah, there's tracks down to the north, but I think it's best for us to start at the barn just so there's no
Yeah,
trickery going on there.
right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you head back around to the back of the tavern to where those two barns are and the one where Nigel was at. So as you get there, feel free to make a survival check as you decide to, well, make an investigation check as you're just trying to look for any clues that may be in here. And then if you find any tracks,
Same
we can...
modifier anyways.
Yeah, okay. Then we can go from there.
That is a 13 for the investigation.
13 for the investigation. Okay. So with that for investigation, I would say that you can find a fair bit of evidence that leads you to believe that there's sort of mud caked onto this ladder that heads up to the second story of the barn, where it seems like some things are stored. And you can see that the mud leads all the way to this big open window on the back of the barn. So, and the window does head northward. So it does seem as though that when Nigel left, he went out of his cage, went through this big patch of mud in the barn, climbed up the ladder, out the window, headed towards the north. We can tell that much, at least.
So I guess then we're tracking.
We tracking.
We tracking.
You're tracking.
We get a better roll.
Okay. Alrighty.
As Twig is doing that, Nalf is just gonna keep an eye out to make sure no one's following us.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
'Cause he does not like that fucking guy. Okay.
Why not?
'Cause
Yuri's gonna say at some point, who offers a moldy apple to a child?
17 total.
Ew.
I'm just glad I didn't have to eat it.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
17 total? Okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and keep that in mind.
And a 22 from that survival check.
Nice. Very good, very good. Okie dokie. So, as you make your way around to the back, you can find a very clear set of tracks. One, you can find them and you can see that they are what look to be footprints of a bipedal creature of some barefoot humanoid individual. Just from the indentation of the mud and the pacing of the steps, you can safely assume that this is Nigel. Judging from how you could see him, what he would weigh, what his strides probably would have been if he'd be walking. And you can see them head and continue to head northward out of town.
As we're walking, Nalfine's just gonna say just to everybody. So we're all aware that this is probably a trap, right?
Oh, wait, why would it be a trap?
Look at it this way.
I mean, the trucks are real. It's how we exited, right?
Right. Nigel isn't the trap. I can't shake this feeling that when we get there, we just need to watch over our shoulder. I don't trust any of them. If we get there and they get there at the same time, I just worry that the conversation that we just had never existed, never even happened. I'll be surprised if this man keeps his word.
What did he say to you when he pulled you in?
He knows who I am. He called me by my full name and said what happened in Highland Pass is the only reason why he did not strike me down right then and there. So.
Partly worried about these children of the flame, but also this Parido person, because I don't know, I feel like that's going to be the more dangerous option. If we really need to get Nigel away quickly, I have a spell where I can pull him through a door with me and we can be 500 feet away. If we really need to just get him out quickly.
But do we even know, like, would he be with Parido or any of the Children of the Flame? Like, he ran away, and if he is with Parido, would we be safe to assume that maybe the curse didn't lift then?
I'm not sure that he'd be with Parido, just that we know Parido is around. Or at least has been.
Well, if something happened to those children of flame that were sent out, then... Well, I hope he's not too far near, but... I don't know, I guess there is the chance that he is out there, right?
The other thing is, Nigel, if he sees Children of the Flame, probably would not... Maybe not try to, kill, but I could see him not going willingly with them. That could also be what happened.
Right. Or maybe that curse did come back. We won't know until we find him. Let's keep moving. We'll see what we see, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, novel. Keep following Twig.
Okay. Alrighty. So, you continue to follow Twig, and as you do, the one thing that made Midglen a little different in this area of the Riverlands is to the north, for a fair bit of expanse, there is this fairly dense forest. Now, it's not necessarily as dense as, say, the swamplands that exist in the border regions between the Council of Yggdrasil and Iverion, but it still is a fairly dense forested area. There are still small streams and rivers that do break through in certain areas, but there is so much dense foliage in this particular area where it does make it a little bit harder to track, and it does make it a little bit harder to move in some cases. Every once in a while you can find a path that would lead to maybe a farmhouse in one direction or another, or a hunting shack, or camps that people have made in the forest when trying to escape the law that rides through these areas every once in a while. But this is the forest that you see in front of you as you continue to traverse through it. Okay. So, you begin delving deeper into the forest. Eventually, the sounds of the town fade behind you. Those people fighting back and forth, sparring, training. But now, every once in a while, as soon as you get deeper into the forest, you can hear the howl of a wolf, the rushing of streams underneath you, and a tension in the air, not knowing what may be around the next turn. So, as all of you are continuing on throughout the forest, Twig, you continue to follow the tracks to the best of your ability. Luckily, with your roll, every once in a while you maybe lose the tracks, but then after maybe 10 or 15 minutes of wandering a little bit, you do re-find them, and you continue on the path. Now, as you're going, are you are any of you talking about anything, or are you just kind of trying to stay focused right now?
As we're going, I don't know if Twig might do something similar as well, but I'm gonna have Lucky go as like a bird of some sort and just kind of be above us a little bit, just so he can look out as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you send Lucky out and begins to swoop and fly around the different areas, and keeps a lookout. So we have that.
Yeah, Nelf is...
Twig was gonna... I don't know if she can do this as, like, you know, obviously need to follow tracks as well, but just, like, keep an eye out for, well, you know, things like birds, any other, like, woodland creatures that are out here.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage, because you are trying to focus on the tracks and follow those and keep moving at the same time.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, because I feel like we're not, like, you know, we're not at, like, a forced march or something. Oof, okay. That is a 9.
9. Okay. Yeah, sadly, you don't really notice anything, and in fact, you don't really notice any wildlife. It's, aside from the howling of wolves and maybe the chirping of animals, you don't see any, which is odd.
I don't know if it's so much of a good thing that it doesn't seem like there's, well, many things out here. They could be scared, and I guess if Children of the Flame or Nigel did come through here, it would make sense why they'd be a bit skittish.
Well, it means we're going in the right direction, at least. That's good.
Well, hopefully, at least.
I trust you know what you're doing, Twig. Do we hear anything again following us?
With a 17, no, aside from the sounds of nature around you, you don't necessarily hear anything.
Now it's a little on edge.
Understandably so.
Right. We find him. He is compliant with us because we're not Children of the Flame. Are we bringing him back?
If we don't, they'll come after us.
I mean, if he is still infected, then... I mean, it wouldn't be right to let him hurt people, right? And then, if he's not, then... Well... They would have no reason to kill him, right?
Well, I mean, the whole apple analogy, they cut out the rotting bit and it would still rotten. Maybe he has the idea of you can get rid of the curse, but it's just safer to get rid of the whole thing. We don't know that even if he's cured, they'll even look at him or give him a chance.
Well, that's just because he thinks that there still might be curse there, right? But if we can, I don't know, somehow see that there isn't, well, prove to him at least.
Well, that's the thing. This is like unfortunate, and it's a moral issue to use it as like an experiment. But if we do decide to bring him back, that will really kind of solidify our thoughts and opinions about the Children of the Flame based on the way they handle the situation. Like, if he clearly is fine and they still cleanse him, air quotes around that, then we now know, you know, I hope that wouldn't happen. I don't want that to happen, but there's that thing of like, regardless of the outcome, we would get the benefit of knowing what these people are and what they stand for or how they treat situations. But there's the risk of hurting somebody.
And I don't know if this is negative or a positive, but just stating a fact. I didn't like the way he spoke to me or you or any of you. But when he said my name and what he said to me, if it wasn't for Highland Pass, right? I'm a Bainier, after all. I am the rot Yet I'm still here. He didn't strike me because of, I guess, my, to him, show of faith to the light, I guess. Maybe he will honor his word, and if this man can be proven to really not be infected, then he'll honor that.
Then we just have 70 other Children of the Flame, who apparently half of them are criminals.
Means we need to find him first.
Yeah, but then we bring him back. How many of those do we go through before we get to Draven Hunt? There's just a lot that could go wrong.
And if we would decide to not bring him back, that basically draws the line in the sand. So we would have to approach Wheat Hill very differently, but also not that differently. We already were kind of going to be on the DL anyway, so.
Yeah.
Right, but do we want to be on the shit list of somebody who has eyes everywhere?
Right.
I mean, we could just say that we never found him.
I have a feeling lying to this man is not...
Probably, I'm sorry, lying is what I do half the time.
It's not your fault. Like I said, we're just talking ourselves into circles until we can at least find him, see what state he's in.
I have a DM question.
Yeah.
I haven't played a spellcaster in a bit, especially one that prepares spells. I did not prepare Locate Creature, but can you cast that as a ritual if it's not prepared? Is that how that works? Or do you have to prepare it? I couldn't remember if you can always cast spells as rituals. Like you're like...
You need to prepare it.
You would have to prepare it and then cast... Okay.
Yeah, otherwise there's so many
doesn't
ritual
take a
spells,
spell
it would just
slot.
make you insane.
Okay, so ritual doesn't take up a spell slot, right?
No, but you just need to take the extra time to cast it.
Why did I thought there was something.
No, I'm not sure as a cleric. As a wizard, you can do that. You can cast a wizard spell as a ritual if the spell has the ritual tag, and you have the spell in your spell book.
Yeah, but they don't prepare. Wait, wizards don't prepare, right?
Wizards do,
they do.
yeah.
Anything they have in a... Oh shit,
Yeah.
wow.
I think. Well, this
You've
is.
been playing
I'm
a
trying to
wizard
remember
wrong,
from when I
Gemma?
was.
I don't know, I haven't played many.
This is something that Elowin. There was something about rituals, and either you don't take a spell slot or something, but like maybe that was a homebrew thing. I don't remember. So I just wanted to check, but I did not prepare.
No, ritual is like you take the extra 10 minutes and you save the spell slot.
Yeah,
it's
but
like-
there was like
Yeah.
something else along with that. I don't remember what it was. It was years ago, so it doesn't matter. I just wanted to check because I didn't prepare Locate Creature because I didn't think we were gonna
Okay,
look
so
for it.
wizards are the exception, not the rule. So
Sure.
Yeah,
clerics,
because there's
druids,
like some like
and paladins
subclasses that let you have
to...
it like permanently prepared, and they are ritual spells, so that wouldn't make sense unless it,
Yeah. I just couldn't. There was something that we did that was a little different, but
I think it was whatever type of... Was she a moon druid? I don't think she was.
Mhm.
She was?
yeah,
Okay.
she's a moon druid.
Okay, well then I don't know. I don't know what
I
we
don't
did.
remember. There was something, but she was also like at a really high level, and it was like more role play. So maybe that's why too. We were like, it's fine. So I don't remember. Well, if we don't find him today, I can locate him tomorrow if I want to.
Well,
I decided to choose banishment instead, which I don't know. Maybe that's a better choice in the end anyway.
that is
We'll
Draven.
see.
Do it.
I mean, I was thinking more Parido, but
Okay, that's chill too.
I'm just gonna keep moving forward, following Twig's little tracking.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good to me. Alrighty. So you continue to follow Twig's tracking, and you eventually do get to a point where, Twig, you've been going on for so long, you can tell that at certain points the man, Nigel, had shifted from running on 2 to running on 4 to running on 2 again.
Okay, but like the 4, they're still like hands and feet, they're not paws.
Correct. They're hands and feet, yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. That is a good question. So, you go through that, but there's at a certain point they begin to maybe jump from tree to tree, like climb a tree and then jump from tree to tree, which you've been able to follow a little bit, but it is starting to get a little harder. I'll need you to make a new survival check.
Oh, that's even better. Why can I not see it? Okay. That's a 24 now.
24? Okay. Amazing. Yeah. So with that, you are definitely able to keep your the tracking definitely a lot easier. You're able to follow the path, and you do so very well, as you are just sort of following along to the best of your ability, and you eventually do get to a point where you are able to continue to follow the tracks, and they just keep going and going and going, but this time you're having no struggle at all in finding where they're going. But it seems as though he has, in the time that you've been following, and maybe the 2 hours you've been heading northward, it seems like he has not stopped at all, and he was moving very fast, you can tell from sort of the spacing and stride of the steps. However, Eurydice, after maybe an hour and a half of following Twig, Lucky does come back down and sort of rests on your shoulder, and he says,
So you told me to keep an eye out for things, and I did, and I was looking really hard, and I found something that I think you might want to know about.
Okay.
There is like a fire, but not like a big one, like a contained one, and there's like a little group of trees that look like have been cleared out, and it looks like there are some, well, it's a little sad, but it looks like there are some bodies near some beds, like some little cots. And a cart that's been abandoned. It's that way, and he kind of points his hand up one way.
Okay, thank you. You did a really great job. And she's gonna look to the rest of the group. Okay, Lucky saw something. Looks like there are some bodies around a campfire and a wagon. So we should probably go check that out.
Yeah, Nalf will head the direction that she points.
Yeah, and give Lucky lots of pets. Because good job.
Nice.
He's also gonna draw his weapon.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So you begin to head that way, and you eventually do get to a point where you can see that maybe there's this old hiking path that you find that maybe people would use when they were sort of traversing this area, searching for things, something that hunters used for so many years. Eventually a path was just kind of worn in, and then you get to a place where you do see a group of bodies in a small campfire. Let me go ahead and be there. Okay. Preload the scene. Okay. So you begin to approach the camp, and like I said, you can see different bodies sort of obviously killed in very, very, very brutal ways, but I'll go ahead and move you here.
Oh, okay, but I missed it.
Nope.
Yeah, same.
Okay, there's bodies over here.
Yeah, where these beds are, there are about 4 or 5 bodies over here.
Nalfa's gonna summon his echo. And Echo Nalf is going to go over and begin investigating the scene.
Okay.
If someone wants to help. Well, actually, no. They should all stay here. JK.
I'll send Lucky with him. He can have moral support in the form of a bird.
That's fine.
Okay. Alrighty.
Roll investigation check.
Yep, so you send Old Nalf looking.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna be great. It's not No, 13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you can see that as he's looking around, you can see that there are very large gash wounds, cuts, and tears, limbs that have been just torn from bodies. You can see that these are individuals who are wearing the white plate mail or chain mail or leather that have either been enameled or dyed, the golden trim to it, the white cloaks, and their weapons. So these definitely are children of the flame, and they were brutalized.
Lila's going to ask Twig if she sees any familiar tracks, either coming in or out of the area.
Yeah, do I?
Make a survival check. Trying to identify tracks.
11.
11. Okay. You do find what looks to be a lot of wolf prints all around the area. Very chaotic, scattered, and fairly recent as well.
Like this past night recent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And multiple tracks, or just, one thing that's been going back and forth?
No, multiple tracks. With an 11, it's hard to tell how many. You just know that it's more than one.
Well, it looks like a wolf, or I guess whatever the things Prido makes did it, or at least was here. But it wouldn't have just been Nigel. I mean, there's definitely more than one.
Well, that's a good sign that it may not have been Nigel at all then.
Or it could mean that he's joined up with others.
Yeah.
Can Nalfian go through some pockets of these Children of the Flame?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Like I said, he doesn't trust them. Okay, that's just a 14. Add anything to his investigation.
Yeah, I mean, aside from maybe some rations, a couple of common health potions, 2. So the just 1d4 plus 2. Or 2d4 plus 2, I mean. Don't really find anything else aside from that.
He's not going to take anything off of their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the last thing we need, is to be accused of this. Say, no parchment or anything?
No paper details, at least as far as you can find.
Alright, yeah, then he will gladly leave that alone.
I will say, Lila and Twig, over in this area over here, you can hear what sounds like a twig snap.
Lila's gonna whip around and knock an arrow in the direction, kind of looking.
I mean, can we see anything in that direction?
Yeah, as you look in that direction, I'd like both of you to make a perception check for me.
4 and 2.
13?
Natural 20, 27.
Hell yeah.
Nice, okay. It's odd for you, Twig. You look in and it's like staring into a void almost. As you look into the trees, there's just this weird shade over it as you just try and focus on it, but you just can't. Lila, your vision is clear. You look, you can see these just sort of gleaming golden eyes staring at you. But eventually you see the eyes raise past where a normal human would stand. And moving from the wood, you can see a snarling maw. Long hands extending into claws. Blood-stained face. As you can see this large were creature.
Guys, we have a visitor.
From the wood there. Eurydice, you see one step out there. Nalfian, you see one step out here. And then another step out of the wood over here. And then finally, one more up here. You can see 5 of them around the 5 of you, snarling and panting. Not lunging yet. As they just eye each one of you. Blossom is going to sort of grab you by the shoulder twig and try and put you in between her and Nalfian, if you'll allow her to do that.
You will.
Okay. If they're not attacking,
Nope, they're just standing
Nalf is going to look at each of them. As he's talking, could he also look to see if any of them look like Nigel? Or it's okay if not. That's okay.
Yeah, I would just say no because they're like not human.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
werewolves.
cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, I didn't know if Bruce Banner had the purple shorts on and shit like when he transforms.
But they look similar to Nigel when he was still in his like wolfy state. Like it looks like that.
No, these seem to be fully shifted creatures. Where Nigel still looked human, just with these wolf-like qualities. These here, I'll display a piece of art so that way you have a bit better idea. Humanoid view character art. There we go. So you can see them. They have these just sort of like red veins sort of peeking out from the fur. And the most odd thing about them is they have these like spikes that are sort of like jutting out in different areas that almost look like these onyx spikes that are very unnatural jutting out of their form. But very, very, very feral looking creatures.
Okay, wait, but they're not coming to attack us yet, though. They're
God.
just like standing there.
Yeah, they're just waiting, just snarling.
Does it seem like they're like waiting for something? Because as part of like, speech of the words, I can decipher the like noises and motions of beasts and things. So like, I don't know, does that allow them to get a better read? Like, are they like waiting for a cue or something? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, it's that thing that wolves or a lot of sort of predator animals do, and Twig would be able to understand this rather clearly, where they just kind of wait for their prey to try and run or do something, and then they lunge. Like it is like...
Not like they want to have a conversation.
No, it is like, I'm ready to eat you, I'm just waiting for you to make a misstep.
Okay. They're gonna run at us. I can put a wall of fire around us. That will only hurt them. Because there's a lot of them.
They just start to move closer.
That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea.
Yep, I cast wall of fire.
Okay, alrighty. So as you cast
around us.
wall of fire, making a ring around you, that is where we're going to go ahead and take our break. Yes. All right, so we will come back to that in a little bit. Yep. Okay.
He's just like, Eurydice. Now Eurydice.
Yeah. Alrighty, sounds good. Well, we will head to a break and we will be right back. All right, everybody, we are. Oh my God! It was like I went to break, and then my hair decided to grow legs and try and run off my head. Oh my God, that was horrendous. Holy crap! I don't know why it looked like that. It is so messy. All right, so we're back, and we are gonna dive right in to combat. So with that, as we come back, I would like all of you to roll for initiative.
Oh, man,
All
except I
right.
just saw catch up to your hair.
Initiative sheet.
I get my wall of fire off before initiative starts, right?
Correct. Yeah, you throw it up immediately, and that's what causes them to sort of lunge.
Hey, baby.
That's fine.
Lady,
21.
Lady Twig.
Oops.
Lady Twig.
Yuri will say as she throws it up,
Oops.
if Blossom or Twig could move really quick, that would be great.
Everyone on the side has like their like official titles, like Lady, Sir, Dawnbreaker, and there's just like Lila. She's there too.
We love her.
Yeah, I forgot that Blossom has advantage on initiative because of her sword.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool, yeah. Okay, Nalfian, what did he roll? 21.
21. Sorry, I don't know why I also just attacked the air there. Ignore that.
Okay. Twig.
This is epic music. I'm really into it.
Yeah,
Good
man.
attack though. Sad. At least.
25, and then Yuri, you were looking at a 15. Okay.
I'm trying.
Not bad. Just stats.
Okay. All right. So with that, oh, wait a second. Sorry, I got the little thing I was mixed up here. Twig had the 25. Nalfian had the 21.
My lady to go first.
She has speed. +8 to initiative.
Hell yeah.
Oh, look at all those wolves below us. Very good.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Okay, alrighty. So with that, we begin combat with Lady Twig. Twig, you are first up on the initiative order. So what are you doing?
Okay. Well, there's a lot of fire, like, right there, but then there's also a werewolf right there, so I don't really like the position I'm in right now.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm getting a call from our car dealer real quick that I need to answer, so you guys strategize while I take this real quick. Sorry.
LOL!
Okay,
Sorry.
if you, like, rain fire on this dude down here,
Yeah,
then,
like, we take
we'll
this
just get him
one
out the way.
person down. Yeah.
And then if we
that
move
frees us
down-
up, so we're not so cornered.
If we
Yeah.
move down this way, they have to go through the wall, so at least there's that.
Unless
or
they
they
go
go
around,
around,
which I don't
which is
think they're
longer.
that fast.
Yeah.
And also
then-
wouldn't be surprised if the forest is, like, difficult terrain.
Yeah.
And then they might also at least take like an attack or something against Shadow Now, which would keep them
Yeah.
up there
just
for
must
like
be up
another
there.
round.
Yeah. Well, he'd only get hit once and then he's gone, but
Oh,
Yeah.
where's Nalf and Shadow Nalf? Because Nalf, are you all the way in the tree?
Nalf is right here, but
I'm
Echo.
not seeing you.
What?
Yeah, you're
Really?
moved on my screen. Yeah, you're in the tree. Like where my mouse is. I don't know if I can ping it.
I don't even see
Might
your
need a
mouse.
refresh.
Maybe. I'll just refresh.
Oh,
Good
it's like,
eye.
We have time if Joe's gonna be out.
Because I'm like,
oh, where the fuck's
definitely
Nalf?
not where you said he was on my screen, so.
Yeah, because like as soon as Nalfian moves, I gotta move Echo Nalf with me, or he dissipates. Because we are exactly 30 feet apart.
If you
He has
put
to
him
hold
like
it.
here, then you can get there.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Because-
are.
I'll keep
You are
him.
in.
I'll keep him up here to serve as bait. But as soon as he gets
Yeah.
hit once, he's gone.
I'm I'm hoping I don't get hit, because if I do, I might lose concentration.
Yeah.
But my turn is before all the other ones. Hopefully I'll just be able to move before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like also, if they start obviously going all in the same direction to like get round the wall of fire, then Blossom would maybe help with a Crown of Madness. But like, it's such a finicky spell. Like they have to attack before doing anything else. So it's just like, you know, I don't know if they have 10-foot reach. So it's just like, unless they're buddy with each other, I don't think the spell's gonna do much. But it's like that would pretty much take one of them out of combat if like you can just pull them off on each other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry. That was very necessary because we got a good deal on a car and I didn't want to lose it. So I wanted to make sure that we got that squared away. Okay, so I'm back now. We're good. And Kayla, we're good. So nothing to worry about.
Nope.
All right. So, Twig, what are you doing?
Okay. To get a bit more away from Wolfie Boy, but not obviously get too lost in the source, I feel. It's gonna move by, kind of like skirt around where Blossom is, and then just take a couple attacks with her crossbow at the little wolf boy in front of them on this side of the wall. For a not great, let's say 15.
A 15. Sorry, which one is this again? The one right down here that you... Oh, because the wall's opaque. So 15, that does hit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 5 damage.
Okay, 5.
Second one was a nat 20, though.
Hey!
That's my girl.
Get 'em.
And that's... Okay, wait. But for that second thing, as part of, for her ranger thing, for Dreaded Ambush, she gets an extra d8 on that second attack. Does that dice also get the double?
Correct, yeah. Same thing with a rogue sneak attack. So all the dice is maxed first, and then you re-roll all the dice.
Okay, so that's already a 16. Ooh. Plus another 8, and then plus another 4, so 16 plus 12 for 28. That's how maths works, right? Yeah, 16 plus 12. Yeah, 28.
Nice, 28. Okay, 28 points of damage.
And then for her second attack, that was trash as 9, which I'm guessing does not hit.
No, 9 does not hit.
Okay, and then for her bonus action, she will activate her little spirit totem, her little foxy boy. And it's just gonna be, I think it's 30 feet around them.
Okay.
And so she can give people advantage on their attacks as a reaction for that.
Nice. Let me go ahead and... Oh, here's what I'll do. I'll get like a little twig, little chibi thing. And you said, what's the range? 30 feet?
It's 60 feet, actually.
Okay, so we'll do...
Oh, no, it's 30 feet. It's just a 60 point. Okay,
so we'll do...
So 30 feet just around them.
15, 360 degrees. What color do we want her emission light to be?
Well, I mean, it's a little foxy boy, so it'd be like a nice little, like, orange. I feel like it's a bad move because it's a wall of fire. Maybe more gold or something? I don't know.
Gold?
Like foxy boy colors.
Okay. Yeah, we'll lean a little bit more into the orange, maybe. Yeah, there we go.
I don't know.
Light animation.
Orange is going the wall of fire. I don't know what would be easier.
No, it's okay. It will not make a big difference. I can guarantee that.
We can just make it green. I don't care.
No! Mysterious emanation. That didn't work. Great.
Well...
Okay.
I mean, it's going to include all of them anyways. Like, it'd be centered in front of all of them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Amazing.
So unless anyone gets too far away.
Okay. Oh, wow. These are a lot of new options. Okay. Sweet. So, there we go. Nice. Well, that's not very clear, though. That's okay. All right.
We get it.
Amazing. We understand. Cool. So with that, there you go. Aha, there we go. That's why it was a little harder to see. Nice. Okay. So there you go. That entire area has that nice boost to it from Twig. Amazing. Anything else, Twig? Okay. Alrighty. So Twig, right after your turn, before we get to one of the werewolves, there is something that happens here where from the forest in this direction, there is a loud pop as there is a shot that goes off.
What direction? I'm sorry, my screen was not.
Right down here in this corner, as you can see, Lila and Twig, you would be able to see a man pop out from behind a tree. You can see golden eyes, scruffy face, not Nigel, but somebody else who seems to be afflicted by Parido, holding a rifle of some kind as he fires it towards, probably say Twig, since you just took those 2 crossbow shots.
Bitch!
As he pulls out from behind, takes a shot
Wait,
with
he's
that
shooting
rifle.
at us?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's got the wolfy boy eyes, so...
Yeah. So Twig, the first shot is a 13, which is a miss, I'm pretty sure.
Should be. Yeah,
Yeah.
AC 14.
Okay, and then the second shot is a 19,
Yeah. Ow.
and then that is going to be 9 points of damage. Okay. Alrighty, so it'll take those 2 shots, and then put this because it's not doing the right thing. Sorry, I don't know why it decided to do that like that. Sometimes when I import things from D&D Beyond, it doesn't exactly do its job like how it's supposed to. It just like, it's almost right, you know? Which is the one downside. Okay. Formula. Okay. All right. There we go. That's better. Okay. Nice. Alrighty. So that is going to be the end of its turn. It's just going to go back behind the tree to get some more cover. And then we come to a werewolf. This werewolf is going to, it's right outside of the flame. It sort of snarls back, and then it is going to, let's be 40. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Oh, he got movement.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see him sort of get down on all four and begin to run around. Sadly, he's not able to get to anyone. So instead, the werewolf is just going to take a moment and sort of skids to a stop, and it's just going to anticipate any attackers as it's going to use its action to take the dodge action. Okay, with that, Nalfian, it's your turn.
I probably can't see the person who shot that, can I?
You have a pretty good idea of where they are. Yeah, after hearing the shot, you could have seen them tucked back behind the tree.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if they had cover and I couldn't get to them. But I would be going right past this bitch. So let's take this guy out first. So eyeballing where that came from, he's gonna keep that in mind, but he is going to move here, which is going to cause Echo Nalf to move here.
Okay.
And I'll just keep him there for now, just to kind of like bait the other creatures towards it than everyone else. And he's gonna make an attack against this creature. Oh, nice. 23 to hit.
23 to hit? Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Rolling my damage. Okay, damage was not great. 9 slashing damage and 9 radiant damage for the first attack, so 18 total. Second attack, 15. 23 again.
20, okay, yeah, that hits.
Wow, why is my damage trash? Okay, 9 points slashing damage for that, and then I'm going to bonus action use my dagger and attack here.
Okay.
17. Okay, 17, but plus 8. That's gonna hit.
Yep.
And then, wow, I cannot roll damage other than 9. 9 points of damage from the dagger.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty. Anything else?
How is this creature in front of me looking? Never mind, it tells me.
One could say he is near death.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
That is my whole turn.
Okay. Alrighty. With that, we come to Blossom's turn.
Okay. Here's the question. Darkness Hideous Laughter would work on these things, right? Yes?
How do you
or at least
mean?
Blossom would assume, right? Well, like, they'd actually be able to be targeted. Because like I said, yeah, because it's any creature. It's not like a humanoid, I don't think,
Yep.
actually.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Unless their intelligence score is lower than 4, but these seem not necessarily the brightest things, but they definitely don't seem bestial in intelligence.
Well, it's a wisdom based anyways. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Anyway. I know what I'm saying. Anyways, so... Seeing, the one bounding through past the wall of flame, Blossom's just gonna Tasha's hideous after on the one that's in front.
Okay.
And so they need a wisdom 15 saving throw.
Let me here
I'll
because
confirm.
this one has a thing. So let me do that.
Does it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it doesn't. Damn, I thought it did. I'm so
Well.
sad. Okay, all right. So she goes ahead and casts that. She's now concentrating on that. Okay. Then that is a DC 15 Wisdom save. I think that I can just do that. So that's going to be 4 on the Wisdom save, so that creature is going to fail. So with that, it is currently incapacitated, as it is also prone, as it just falls onto the ground, laughing and rolling around, unable to do anything.
And then they will, since Lila is right by them, give some inspiration to her.
Woo!
All right, sweetheart, you got this. Pat her on the shoulder.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, that's the end of Blossom's turn. We come to Eurydice.
Okay. I'm gonna just look at Echo now. But good luck, and step backwards out of the fire.
Okay.
Probably to about there. So I'm not first target anymore because that's not good. And then seeing that this one over here looks near death, I'm gonna Eldridge Blast it.
Okay. All right. Eldridge Blast.
Okay. So first one is a unnatural 20.
That
to
hits.
hit. And I'll just roll both of them. And then the second one is a 7. Wait, no, 10.
10. That still does not hit.
Great. And the die. Don't at me. And then it's a D10, and that is 9 points of damage.
Wow, this guy's getting riddled with 9s right now. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay. He is still standing. He looks really rough, really worse for wear. Because he's a werewolf. But he's still standing.
Okay, that's all I do. That
Okay.
is it.
All right. Summon the wall of fire, take a step back, and 2 Eldritch Blasts. 1 slamming into the dirt, the other one slamming right into the gut of this creature. It heaves over, but the werewolf is still standing. With that, Lila, we come to your turn. What are you doing?
She's actually going to take a step back a little closer to the fire, and I think everything is still in range. Yeah. So she's going to then cast Spirit Guardians, and I don't know if I target anyone for that.
No, I think Spirit Guardians is just an AoE thing.
Yeah, so basically there's a 15-foot radius, and then there'll be like little like fairy, sparkly, star-looking like creatures that fly out from around her, and creatures that either walk into or start their turn in that 15-foot radius will then make a Wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Nice.
So, and from there, she can hit all 3 of those wolves. So, yeah, she is concentrating. I don't know if we have a little Spirit Guardian thing.
Whoa, look at that.
Ooh, how cool! That is cool as fuck. Okay. Well, that's epic. All right. And then she'll let's see.
Oh, it's just centered around her. Okay, amazing. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, and then obviously she picks people, any number of people to not be affected by it, and she chooses off her friends.
Yep.
So then she will kind of point her eyes and bow and arrow in the direction of where the guy shot, but she's not going to shoot quite yet because she's kind of out of stuff to do. And then that's it. That's her turn.
Okay, amazing. Also, for some reason, it got rid of Wall of Fire, so I'm gonna real quick.
Yeah, I wonder where my firewall went.
I'm gonna real quick replace that. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, boom. Wall of Fire's back. Nice. Oh god, there's so much happening. That's so funny. Okie dokie. All right. Cool. Amazing. So they'll need to make those dexterity saving throws, which they are pretty good at.
It's at the start of their.
Oh, at the start of their turn?
It's wisdom. It's at the start of their turn, or if they walk into the 15-foot radius.
Okay, got it. All right, well, I remember that then. Okay, and well, their turns are all coming up. So we have this wolf right here, who is on the outside of it. They are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Hold their action, or not hold their action, but they're going to take the dodge action. Then we have this one right here. Starts its turn in it, so it needs to make that wisdom saving throw. That's an 8, so that's going to be a failure. So it does take 15 points of radiant damage.
Oh, did you roll it?
Oh, it automatically...
Did it?
Oh, because I clicked it on VTT, that's why. Okay, got it. So you can go ahead and roll the damage. 3d8. That was pretty good damage, though. That was 7.
Yeah, that was. Maybe we should take it. Let's see. Oh, well. That's all right.
That's okay. All right, 11 points of radiant damage.
That's not too bad.
11's still good. Okay, but then it will come to its turn.
And their movement is halved when they're in the space. Not like if they exit it, it's not still, but...
Okay. So we have...
in the radius... yeah. Speed is halved when the creature enters the area or starts a turn there. Saving throw.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Why did it skip? What? That was weird. What is happening? Huh? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It gets there.
He takes the damage, little bitch.
From what?
From the wall of fire, because he's on that side of it. If he's within 10 feet, he takes the damage at the end of his turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, very good. Then he will take the damage.
Let me just... I will roll, because they were all avoiding it. I was like, no. Oh god, it's 5d8, so give me 1 second.
The problem with Shadow Nalfian is he doesn't have a scent.
Oh.
So they're not... They don't think that it's... They think that it's just an illusion or fake.
Cologne he wears doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Of course, Equinelf wouldn't have it. All right.
He takes 21 points of fire damage.
Oh my
21 points of fire
god.
damage. All right.
That's sick.
Nice. Oh, doesn't he make a dexterity saving throw first?
Does he? It just says each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. Dex on when it appears.
Okay.
You can't avoid it if you're literally walking into it, so...
Yeah, I mean, right. Okay, all right. So what'd you say, 21?
Yeah.
Nice, 21. Okay, all right. Singed by the flame, the werewolf continues on. All right, moving on from their turn, we then come to another shifter that appears from the woods, peeks out from behind a log, and is going to take a shot at... probably seeing the spirit guardians wrapping around you, Lila, is going to take that shot at you. So let me just make sure that this token is also fixed, or else I'm gonna be like, no, it's not. Okay, sorry. Give me 1 second here. Piercing, and then 2d10. What? Excuse me? Poison. Okay, there we go. What? Did it delete him off the battle map? Huh?
Shame. He's gonna look at that.
Bye.
He died. Malnutrition. Sucks to be him. Died of dysentery.
Oh my goodness.
Poor guy.
Poor guy indeed. Okay. Oh, now they're both out of the initiative order. That's great. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, so this guy had an 18. He's pretty high up there. And then this guy had like a, we'll say a 9. Sure. Update combatant. 9. Okay. All right. There we go. Perfect. Next character. Yeah, he went. All right. Cool. Why'd they get swapped around? I'm dying. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. We're all groovy here. All right, boom. There we go. We finally got it. Okay, it's going to take a shot at Lila, since Lila, you seem to be the one channeling that right there. So it's going to go ahead and take one shot at you with this first. So that's going to be a 23 to hit.
It does.
And that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage and 11 points of poison damage for a total of 19.
Oh, God.
So I need you to make a constitution or a concentration check, which the DC would just be 10.
Okay. Oh, I'll roll it on here. Sorry.
No, you're good.
10. Where's the D10? No, a 20. Fuck. Okay. I'm backwards. Roll.
Oh, that's right. Well, no, I'm sorry. You need to roll a D100 because it's any time that you, So if it is
a D100.
If it's 52 or higher, you succeed. All right, you succeed. Okay.
Yay.
Cool. You succeed.
Doesn't it go back down to like 51 now?
Nope.
Oh.
It just stays the same or gets worse.
Oh, that's not as good as I thought. That's fine.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. So then he will take a second shot. This next one will be at Eurydice, seeing how she summoned the firewall. Is going to see if maybe he can break that at least. Eurydice, that's going to be a 25 to hit.
I wonder, Joe. do we even get hits?
And that is a little bit more damage. That's going to be 30 points of damage.
You bitch. Okay.
13 points of piercing, 17 points of poison.
30? Alright. And I'm going to roll...
Man, everybody's concentrating.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. So, okay. So with that, you luckily were able to break up combat a little bit with that as you threw up the wall of fire. But as you get shot in the side with the stomach, the bullet scrapes past you. The poison kind of begins coursing through your veins as you sadly are unable to continue focusing on Wall of Fire.
I like that spell.
That's a good spell.
It is a good one, yeah. Okay, all right. So with that, he's going to go ahead and go back to being prone, right on the ground. Okay, then we come to Werewolf, who is near death. Nalfian, these attacks are going to come at you since you're right next to him.
Wait, he takes damage.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. So, wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, and do you want me to reroll, or is that 11?
Nah, you can reroll.
Oh, God. Well, hopefully it's higher than an 11.
That's a
or
5.
At least
It's going to be a failure. 14. Actually, with that Nalfian, you can see it raises its claws up to slash, and then bite into you. But luckily, the Spirit Guardians just crack into it and just immolate it with radiant flame as the creature.
Will shoot Lila some finger guns.
She will finger gun back, even though she's holding a bow, so it's kind of funky looking. She's kind of like pointing him like with the bow.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right, so that werewolf drops dead. Then we come to this one up here. Yes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. There we go. Okay, I can get to Nalfian too. All right, Nalfian.
All right.
Coming at you, senor. Here you go. So, I don't know why I keep opening this.
You're in my way, buddy. I need to get to this dude.
Okay, let me see just how many things it gets real quick, just because I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, so it's going to make 1 bite and 1 claw attack. So first bite attack.
Okay.
That's going to be a... Not good. That's a 6 to hit. And then
that misses.
a claw attack. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and that's going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
You got it.
Okay. Alrighty. So with that, we come up to the top of the round with Twig. Twig, what are you doing?
Okay. Even though it's prone, gonna back a little bit away from Werewolf Boy. And can they see the people shooting at us, or are they getting like complete coverage time?
Joe said that I could see them when I asked earlier.
Yeah, you can see them. They do have a little bit of cover, so probably half cover for each of them. It's the one guy over here. Sorry, I should have put this thing on him. He is prone right now, so intentionally went laying on his stomach with the rifle. So any ranged attacks against him have disadvantage, but other than that, that's it.
Okay, well, that's okay. At this boy down here to the right, Quig will first, as a bonus, be casting Ensnaring Strike, boost up to a 2nd level, because why not as well?
Hell yeah.
Which only does things if she's able to hit, so hopefully can hit, but we'll take her attack with a crossbow at the rifleman.
Okay.
I think I've been complaining enough because that was another natural 20. Anyway,
Baby, that's my girl.
Real question, does that count for the Ensnaring Strike as well? Because that's technically like another thing on top of it.
Yeah, I think
Not
so.
the attack itself.
Yeah,
really?
if it's part of the attack,
I will
yeah.
take it. I will take it. So that's then a 12 plus 13, 19. So 19 damage, and he needs to make a strength saving, or he will be restrained by vines.
Okay, strength saving throw.
DC 15.
DC 15. Not great at those, so let's see here. That's a 12. That's going to be a failure, so he is currently restrained.
Oh yeah, and I also realized that since I upcast that, that's another D6 on top of that. Which would make it an additional 8 damage. Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so what was the total for the damage again?
I think it was 19 plus that 8, I think.
Okay, 27.
So yeah, 27, and then that's only her first attack.
Mm-hmm.
Twig doing so well. I'm so proud of her.
All she had to do was get
That's-
uncomfy with Nalfian, and she started to focus
That's
better.
Is it 12 to hit?
12 will not hit, no.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll take what I can get.
Okay. All right, so you can see the bolt does slam into the shoulder of this man sort of tucked behind the tree. He snarls this very wolf-like, animalistic snarl at you, but he is still doing pretty all right. Okay.
And he is...
Yes, he is restrained, kind of as the vines come out from around the tree and pull him into it, as he's not able to move very well at all. Okay. So then next up we have the Tasha's Hideous Laughter werewolf here, which will spend its entire turn sort of writhing on the ground laughing, and then it'll have to make another wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn. DC 15. That's going to be a 4, so it is going to continue doing that. With that, Nalfian, we come to your turn.
Alrighty.
Oh wait, the one did he takes damage.
He still needs to take damage, yes. So was that a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah.
That's going to be a 10. That's a failure.
Yeah, let me roll some damage.
Hell yeah. Oh, but doesn't that break Tasha's Hideous Laughter, I think? Oh, pretty good.
It does, I think.
Let me check here.
Sorry.
At the end of each of its turn, the target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage. So it'll get him. No, it'll just get to make another saving throw, but it's with advantage. So for Tasha's, that's a 14, and that is a 10. So nope, it takes damage, and it still is incapacitated and prone.
But it's
laughing.
18 damage, so it's very good.
Yes.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah. Not very wise, creatures. Okay, then as we get to the 20 of the initiative, shit. As we
Do
get
I
to
not
the
get a turn?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Nalfian. Yes. I'm sorry. I had
It's okay.
I had you selected. You're 21. Yes.
Yeah, I'm 21. Okay. Obviously there's a werewolf in front of me, so that's the one I'm going to focus on. But I'm gonna be that bitch and move my boy.
Uh oh.
And I would go this way. Oop, the way that I'm not walking right in front of the other one. Alright. So... Oh, that's a nat 20, bitch! Get it! Kill this motherfucker. Okay, scared me. I wasn't expecting it. Oh, okay. Okay, what do I do? I always forget how to
Bitch, get it!
How do I do this, Joe? Remind me.
So what you want to do is you max out all of the damage die.
So 8 plus 7, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
And then you roll an additional
15.
damage die.
Okay, so 15 plus 14 is
29.
math. 29. Whew, okay, let me get it together. Alright, so there's that. Does that... Now, if I roll a natural 20 on my first roll, do I also get the natural 20 part of that for the radiant damage?
Yes.
Hell yeah! Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 plus 8. 12,
19.
19! 19 radiant damage.
All right, yeah, that was a lot of damage on your first strike.
Second attack. That's an 18 to, well, plus, yeah, that 18's probably already gonna hit. Say. Shit. Roll the damage. What's happening? 11 for the second attack?
11 to hit.
No. I
11.
rolled an,
Oh, is that okay?
yeah, I was gonna say, I had rolled an 18.
Okay, so with 11 points of damage, that'll actually be enough to drop this werewolf down and dead.
Hey. Nice. Not often do I have a bonus action available. 1 second.
Could throw your dagger at somebody if you want.
Sure, why not? I'm gonna go get it. I'll stay where I am so I can get Twig's thingo here. Yeah, I'll throw my dagger at this boy down here.
Okay.
So I don't think I can move towards it. Because I move Shadow now.
Your attack against that creature would already have advantage because it is restrained.
Okay, well, I did roll another natural 20, so... That's why I said...
Woo!
Okay.
Oh.
But it's for my dagger, so it's not going to be phantasmic. So 9 plus 8, so 17. Towards this bitch.
Okay, alrighty. Real quick, how much damage was that again? Sorry.
17.
17 points of damage. Nice! It's a good chunk. He's badly injured now. Badly injured.
I'm right there. Okay. Alright, that's my turn.
That is it. All right. Sounds good to me. So then we move to the gunslinger that is restrained here. With ensnaring shot, is it at the end of their turn they get to make a save, or do they have to take their action to...
I think they have to take their action to get rid of... I completely lost where it is now. Oh, here we go. While restrained, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it takes extra damage if it's restrained at the start of each of its turn.
Okay.
So take another 2 damage there. And it has to use its action to make it another strength saving throw. Strength saving throw. I can speak. Yeah.
Alrighty. Here we go. That will be a 5, so it is still restrained.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So then, that's its action. It's still restrained, so it can't move. So that's the end of its turn. Then we come to Blossom.
Okay. Since that boy is still being restrained and there's more boys to come, Blossom will get out their longsword and square up with this guy up here.
Nice. Now, she would have advantage against the one that is prone and currently incapacitated if she wanted to do that.
I don't know if I want to just keep it prone though. I don't know. Anyone else want to weigh in on that? Because I guess it is really bad at making the saves, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just...
Run up.
There you go.
Go against that one with advantage. That is a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Okay. That hits.
And then that is 60 MEH.
60 MEH.
Greatest, but that's okay. And I guess another inspo to Lila has not used it. Give it to Nalfian, so that Yuri has more saves.
As a College of Valor bard, she does get 2 attacks.
Okay, well, she's attacking again as well, then. Right?
Yeah, because she gets 2 attacks at 6th level.
I know how to play a Valor bard. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 13.
13, that'll hit.
And that is for 9 more damage.
9 more damage. Very good. Badly
I realized I
injured,
would
this
have had
creature
advantage
is.
anyways. I doubt it would have been that 20, so that's okay.
Yeah. 11. And that's a 16. So on that second attack, that will be enough to break the thing. So it still is prone, it's just not currently incapacitated anymore. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot about that. On the 20 of the initiative, so we'll just say that on the 15 of the initiative, right before Eurydice's turn, there is, you can hear more crashing and crunching coming from the direction that Blossom is currently facing, where the one gunslinger is. And go ahead and just do that, yeah. You can see, I would say Twig and Blossom would be able to see this more so than anybody else, but the two of you see a young man running through the woods, a little bit less scruffy than the others, golden eyes and red hair. You recognize Nigel running through the woods, and you can see him run and lunge towards this man who is prone, and Nigel is going to like jump on top of him and just begin to like tear into him as we get to that. So you see he has no weapons, but he is absolutely feral right now. So let me go ahead and roll these attacks here. 1, 2.
So Nigel is feral.
He looks more so very, very, very angry in this current moment. And he's attacking these creatures. Like,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah. So that's going to be 12 points of damage from those unarmed strikes. So he makes 2 of them. Actually, no, wait, sorry. That is an extra 4 damage because of that. And yeah, that'll go ahead and be the end of his turn as he immediately just jumps on that creature, that shifter, and just begins to tear into him. Okay, and with that, Nigel is now on the turn order, and we come to Eurydice. Oh, sorry, I've ruined your meme. Didn't mean to. I think you're muted, by the way. River.
They maybe lost connection.
Oh no, I saw them mute and unmute.
Uh-oh.
Is your headset?
Oh no. I did see them moving a little bit on VTT, but now it's all gone. It's all done for. No. Well, this is sad.
I'm gonna come back in. River?
Do we want to hold their turn, and then whenever they're back on, we pick up? Remember?
Say again?
No.
Oh,
I
yeah, there we
know.
go. Hey.
Okay, right. I don't know what happened, but hello. So my question was, is he on top of him or slightly next to him?
He's like over him right now, not like on top of him, like grappling him. Just
Don't know if I
looming
wanted
over
to
him.
try and not include him in an area effect. I couldn't do that.
If it's like a 5 foot, like cube, then yeah, that would be able to work, or like a 5 foot cylinder.
If I want to do a fireball, it doesn't work. Can I do that?
On just the one guy?
I wanted to like get it so he's just on the edge, so then Nigel wouldn't be included. See? Like that.
Yeah, I mean you could do that, yeah. Oh, but
That's hilarious.
wait,
You know what, Joe? I was gonna get all 3 of these guys here, but I can't do that because Nigel's in the fucking way.
That's funny. 20 foot. Yeah, you could do that if it was like you originated it here and get him right on the.
Yeah.
And get him in the crossfire. Yeah.
Right. Eurydice, bleeding from a fucking gunshot. She's like holding it. She's gonna look around. She's gonna go, "Who shot me? Who broke the wall? Who broke it? Was it you?" And she's gonna point at that guy and she's gonna cast fireball, just so that it gets him.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. You unleash the fireball all around that area.
Does he get? He has a dex saving throw. Does he get one because he's prone, or do you get
it's with disadvantage, yeah. So the first one is an 11 plus 6, so that's a 17, but with disadvantage. Second one, that is a 7 plus 6, which is a 13, which I believe is a failure.
He fails.
So
okay, so he's gonna take 96 fire damage.
Oh!
Oh my god. Okay. So that's 17 plus. I can't do maths. 23, 27, 30. Takes 32 points of fire damage.
32 points of fire damage. Very, very, very nice. Very nice
she just,
indeed.
like, very angrily points towards him and just literally.
Yeah, the ball of fire just explodes and consumes all the way around him, as he definitely is quite damaged by the flames that you send around him. He's not dead yet, but he's definitely not looking great. Okay, so with that, the trees begin to catch on fire, beginning to crackle and burn. What else? Anything else, Eurydice?
I'm just gonna run over to Lila because I am afraid of the 2 werewolves right beside of us. Hey. And that's it.
All right. So with that, you fireball away. Explosion of flame around him, and we move on from your turn on to Lila. So Lila, Eurydice throws a fireball and run right next to you. What are you doing now?
I was trying to decide if she was gonna move. But if River moved next to Lila to stay safe, if I move, she's out of the bubble again. So that feels rude. She doesn't really have to move. She's gonna stay put, and then she's gonna do a shot on this guy.
Okay.
Command Alt or Shift.
Alt
Click.
It's just Alt click. There you go.
Yeah, I have to shift in order to Alt.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
if that's everybody,
Nope.
but that's me. Okay.
Wow.
So I'm like, I have to click shift. Okay.
Macs are so intuitive.
Aren't they though? They're the best. Okay, sheet. Let's go to sheet. And then arrows or bow, longbow.
You want the longbow attack, yeah.
With the yes. How did she do?
26, and you shot an arrow at it. Yep, for 8 points of piercing damage.
I want to add the inspiration to the damage.
Nice.
Unless he's dead.
Nope, it is not dead yet.
Okay, how much is the inspiration die? 8?
Is a D8.
D8.
An 8. All right.
Extra 4 points of damage. Okay. Werewolf is still alive, but it is not doing great.
Good. Hopefully it'll die soon. And then she will stay put.
Okay. All right, then we move on to the werewolf's turn. This one is going to... yeah, it hasn't been injured yet. So it's if it ends its turn in Spirit Guardians, Or when it starts its turn there?
It starts its turn in Spirit Guardians.
Okay, so it is a...
Or when it walks into it. Is it something walking into it?
Yeah, this werewolf is going to go 5, 10.
So yeah, it'd take damage once it's in.
Okay, so that's going to be a wisdom saving throw. That is a 19, so that is a success, so it'll take half damage.
Yeah, so hopefully it's high.
7, nice.
Okay, okay.
So that'll be, so that was 5 right there. 10, 15, 25, 35, because it's taken...
On top of Twig?
No, it's going to go right there. Because it wants to... It's coming towards you, Lila, because it wants to get rid of these spirit guardian things.
No.
So that is going to be 1 bite attack and 2 claw attacks. So 1 bite, go chomp. That is a 17 to hit.
That is my AC, so I think that does hit. Favor Swinger, right?
So that, yep. So that's 9 points of piercing damage, and I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. A Constitution saving throw.
Yes, Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Did it roll? No.
No.
Please roll. I'm trying. Please, nope, that's not what I wanted. Roll. Why do I have to right click? Why won't it?
I don't know.
It's not rolling from my character sheet. I can do it on D&D Beyond though, so that's fine.
Okay.
That's
so weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to click it and jinx it.
Constitution. Okay. 11.
Okay. So it bites into you. It sinks its teeth into you. It doesn't have any immediate effect.
Okay. And how much damage was that again?
9.
9. Okay.
That's probably.
I was gonna say thank you, but I feel like I'm not gonna say thank you.
Well, then there are the 2 claw attacks. So 1, 2.
Okay. Well, no, thank you.
Slash.
Oh, it says I've lost connection to the server, so that might be why I was not.
For me for a second, but I think it's.
Oh yes, that's why my rolls aren't happening. Okay, well that's fine. I'll
Okay, so it's everybody. Cool.
Yeah, it's me too. So I'll roll for the 2 claw attacks. So the first one is a 14, which misses, and the second one is a 21, which does hit. And that's gonna be 2d4. Plus 4. That's gonna be 10 points of slashing damage from the claws.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
So do I have to make another?
Yes, you need to now
Is it just rolling a d10, or is it 2? How is it again? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's no, that's right. I keep forgetting about the D100 thing too. So yeah, you'll need to roll 2 D100s, okay. 1 for each attack that hit. I'm just gonna refresh the thing out here. Hope that works.
Roll. I could do it in D&D Beyond again. That's not a big deal.
I think Foundry might be having some issues, so you might want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So D100. Here's the first one. A 74.
Okay, so that's a success on the first one.
That feels like a SpongeBob meme. 74. And a 30.
And a 30. Okay, so with that, concentration does drop on the Spirit Guardians with the claw attack.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, Spirit Guardians. You were good.
They were. However, I can do next to nothing right now in Foundry, which is awesome. I love it when this happens.
Well, it can just look pretty, but it'll be gone. Yuri still has the concentration thing in the corner. Are you concentrating on anything, River?
Oh no,
my wall got broken, so
I just forgot to remove it. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get back in, but it's not letting me. It's not letting me. So next we have the werewolf that is near death over here. So that one is going to. Oh, but it doesn't let me move the tokens either. Oh, that's so sad. Why is this screen blue? I don't know.
Did we override? Did we do too much?
Maybe.
I don't think
we
so.
girl boss too close to this.
Yeah, no, I tried to refresh my page and it's like not loading back in.
It's getting there. It's chugging along for me, which this is so sad. Oh God. All right. Ooh. Okay. It's really, it is really taking its time. Oh my god. This only happens
at this point.
Yeah, this only ever happens during games, which is so sad. Doesn't ever have the respect to do this outside of a game. So then let's see. I'll just try and remember. So this werewolf is going to come run up right next to Blossom because it can see it attacking the one that is prone. So it's going to make a bite attack against Blossom. That's going to be a 17 to hit for Blossom.
No, fam.
I think that's a miss. Nice. Nice. And then 2 claw attacks. 1 claw attack. That is another 17. And then that is a 14. So all 3 of those are going to miss.
Hit good scrub.
Yeah. Then we come to the gunslinger that is prone, who is going to promptly stand up and is going to try and make a couple of shots against Nigel, who's standing right in front of him. Nigel's AC is pretty okay, so he's going to try and take a shot. That's going to be a miss, the first shot, and then with the second shot, that is also going to be a miss. Then we have the werewolf down here that is dead, and the other one up here that is also dead. And then we hop back up to the top of the turn order with Twig. So Twig, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so there's a wolfy boy right in front of her, I guess behind her, because she's probably facing the other way. Yes, because I cannot see the map, so this is part of me getting confirmation. The one that looks like attacking Lila is still there, so yeah, it would of course be.
Yeah.
And so I would like it to maybe not be there, so trying to do another second level ensnaring strike against it. She's gonna take those close range hits. That's a 19 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And then that is 8, 14, 18. Yeah, 18 damage total.
Nice.
And then still gone?
Yep, still going, yep.
Second attack, that's an 11? Probably not.
No, an 11's going to be a miss.
Yeah. And I don't think she'd want to move away from it because, you know, don't want to take those attacks of opportunity. So yeah, I guess that is all she can do.
Okay. Alrighty, so then we move to this werewolf that is right by Blossom. That one is going to just remember 18 points of damage because I'm not able to subtract it from the token until I get back in.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we come to the one that is right by Blossom. Yep. So that one is going to stand up and it's going to make those 2 attacks against Blossom. There's 3 attacks. So the first one, that's a 3, so the bite's going to miss. Then the claws, that's a natural 20 against Blossom with the second claw attack. And that is going to be a 21 with the second claw attack.
Okay, so those last 2 do hit.
Okay. So the first one is automatically 8 plus... So 16 points of damage on the first attack. And then on the second attack, that is... 11 points of damage total. Okay, well, I have music back now. It's just I don't have a map.
Oh, I've had the music the whole time.
Nice.
And the map. But no, I just can't do anything.
Yeah, it was my mistake to try and refresh the page thinking that would help it. Okay. All right. I keep flashing back and forth between here and the Discord server, and they say I've been informed now it should be resolved. All right. Oh no. I don't really want to refresh again. Okay, so real quick, Twig, the one that you had hit was right beneath Lila on the turn order, and that was 18 points of damage.
Against it, yeah.
Yeah. So it means it would be at 33 now. Okay. Okay, and that's the end of that one's turn. Then we come to Nalfian. Nalfian, it is your turn.
Okay. Nalf is going to. Let's see here. Sorry, I just got my mom back as well. Yeah, I think she will be okay. We're gonna go take care of this guy down here. And, oh, I guess I selected both. Works out. Nalf and Echo Nalf are gonna run into the trees down here and try to hit this dude. First attack. 11, 12, 19 to hit on the first one.
Okay, that hits.
Alright, 12 slashing damage and 10 radiant damage for the first attack.
Okay. So, 22.
27 to hit for the next one.
That hits.
13 points of slashing damage.
Okay. 13 points.
And then offhand attack. That is definitely not gonna hit. That is a 10, but I get a d6 because I'm flanking with my boy. 14.
To hit?
Ah, hell yeah.
No, I said that was to hit.
Oh, yeah, sorry. 14. Yeah.
14 does not hit.
Okay, JK. Then I do not hit with my dagger.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, can I give him advantage for that? Sorry.
Oh?
From the
Is he?
Oh,
he's
yeah,
not
the
with-
thing. Oh,
He's not within range. That's
I'm not in it anymore.
Is he not in it? Okay.
that's 30.
No, I
Sorry, I
stepped
can't
out of
see.
it.
No, yeah, he's
No,
currently
it's okay,
45
yeah.
feet away. Yeah.
I stepped out of it. But because we are where we are, I'm gonna manifest my echo and take an attack anyway. So I'm gonna use that ability,
Okay.
and my attack's gonna come from Echo Nalf with Manifest Echo. Or what is it? Echo's Fury. Unleash Incarnation is what
Unleash
it's called.
Incarnation, yeah. So it's
Wow,
35
we just name everything else than what it's called.
Okay.
23.
23 hits.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. 9 points of slashing damage.
9 points of slashing damage. That
As
is
Blender
enough.
mode activates.
Blender mode activates, and yeah, he definitely does die from Blender mode. Boom, dead.
All right, noise.
Hacking and whacking and chopping.
How far did I went? 20. Yeah, that's. I can move 5 feet back up, and I will. That's it.
Okay. Alrighty, so then we come to Blossom.
Okay, so the one that's prone next to her is still there, but there's another one that came down to her, right? If I remember right.
No, it is not prone. It stood up. I just couldn't change the condition because Foundry wasn't letting me in, but it is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think my map has just decided to load it up. Anyway. Anyways, one that is now standing, she'll just take some more little striky boys at it, with the long sword. That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
With 9 damage.
Nice, 9.
And then that second one is a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
For another 9 damage, lol.
Nice. Nice.
And it's still up?
It is still standing. Just barely, but it's still standing.
Okay, Now used his inspiration, didn't he?
Did not.
No? Wait, someone used their inspiration. Lila?
Oh, I did,
Lila.
yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, have another.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the
Fade that out.
turn.
Okay. Alrighty. This is a bit of normalcy return to the battlefield. Okie dokie. Alright, so she inspires you, Lila. Then we move back down to Nigel, who, with this guy still being prone, he is just going to wail and oh no, he did stand up at that point since Nigel was right there. So then Nigel is just going to immediately like tackle him into the ground and take 2 more unarmed strikes at him. Actually, you know what he's gonna probably do instead is he's going to like, the man has been using this, the shifter has been using this rifle or most of the time, but there's still a short sword on his belt, so Nigel is just going to like reach forward and grab the short sword and just make like 2 rapid slashes towards him with this ferocity to him. Alrighty, so Nigel, here we go. Okay, so it's gonna be +7. That's gonna be a 21, and then a 19. D6 2, so 2d6 +7 each. Ooh. 6. So 6 + 14. 22 points of damage. 22 points of damage. All right, there we go. So it cuts into him. Sadly, the gunslinger is still hanging in there. Eurydice, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay.
There's nobody concentrating anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. What I want to do, I don't think it's gonna let me because Foundry also hates me. But I'm gonna try and step down. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna step down so that I'm in front of this werewolf that's between like me, Twig, and Lila.
Uh-huh.
And I want to try and use telekinesis to shove him 5 feet backwards.
Okay.
So I think he makes a strength save or a strength check against my DC.
Okay, sounds good. So that's going to be a 16 for the strength check.
Ooh, yeah, okay. So, seeing that didn't work, you're just going to be like, fuck. And instead she's just going to step back and take the attack of opportunity because she doesn't want to try and shoot him with Eldridge Blast with disadvantage.
Yeah, so it's going to take a chomp at you as you try to back up and away. That is going to be a 9 to hit, so that's a miss.
8. Okay.
Alrighty.
Step like 10 feet back, so I'm still in the circle, and then I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay, so. Alright, sounds good. Is the push with telekinesis an action or a bonus action? Or is it just kind of like a...
Bonus.
Nice.
Which is kind of overpowered, which is why I don't use it very often.
Showing your strength, that's nice.
Well, that's a 10 and a 15.
10 and a 15. The 15 hits, the 10 does not.
Okay. And then what he's going to do... Great. It does 6 points of damage.
6 okay, nice. Hey, every little bit helps. All right, 6 points of damage. Boom, the Eldritch Blast flies into him, dealing a fair amount of damage. Boom.
That's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Sounds good to me. Pew. Nice. Okay. So then we come to the werewolf that you just shot at, but it is going to...
Wait. No, it's my turn.
Oh, it's your turn. Oh, shit. How did I skip you? Okay, yeah, sorry,
I
Lila.
don't know. It's okay. I was just like, what?
Might be.
Okay. So what she's gonna do, which I didn't realize this cantrip was 15 feet, which is cool. But I'm gonna cast Word of Radiant, or do it's a cantrip, so I don't know if you cast cantrips, but anyway. Word of Radiance, which is, let me look at it again. 15-foot radius, so it's gonna be on those 2 werewolves in range. And is it a saving throw? Must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 2d6 radiant damage. So okay. They'll both make Constitution saving throws.
And this is on which 2?
The one that is right by Blossom and the one right next to Lila.
Okay, sounds good. So saves con and save con. So that is going to be a 14 and a 13.
Okay. I think 15 is my spellcasting modifier. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Not modifier. Save DC. Yeah, so they both fail. So we'll both take
nice
2d6. Let me just roll that in right now.
Swinging a holy great
Not
sword
a lot. It's just... Oh, if I add my Bardic Inspiration to this damage, does it go to both of them? Or is that only on a physical attack, not like a cantrip?
I think it's to a damage die itself, so...
Oh, this is damage.
Yeah, it's a damage roll.
Yeah, I suppose so then.
Right, I will add that. So that was... What was that? Hold on, I didn't even see. So that's 5, then plus 5 plus 4, that's 9. So 9 points of damage.
Nice.
To
9.
Those two.
That the one next to Blossom drops dead.
Thank God. I didn't know if that thing would ever die. And then bonus action, she's going to take her 1 common healing potion.
Okay, sounds good. Chug away.
So that's... Hold on, I wrote it down, but 1d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. 5 plus 2. That's not nothing.
Nope, it's not.
77 hit points added. For now, she's not doing too hot. She's at 26 now.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Woo.
And this werewolf has just taken 3 more attacks out of you, Lila. Especially after blasting it with that radiant word. It's not vibing.
Yeah, and it was I think she knows Celestial, so it'll be a Celestial word. We'll choose that. I didn't really flavor that, but yeah.
That's okay. All right. So that's going to be an 8 for the bite attack, a 19 for the claws, and a 17 for the second claw.
The last 2 hit.
Okay, so that's poopy damage. That's going to be 6 for each, so a total of 12.
Okay.
We come to this werewolf up here, which is going to... I'd say they're probably going to... Honestly, their whole thing is they're just going to gang up. So, yeah, it's just going to come down here, Lila, next to where you are. And, yeah, it's just going to make 3 attacks into you, but with an extra d6 on each attack since it's got the flanking. So, let me see where my things go. Okay, bite, claw, claw. Bite, claw, claw. That's a 12 on the bite, an 18 on the second claw, and a natural 1 on the first claw.
So 1 hit.
So 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so then we come to the gunslinger over here, which is going to try and take a step back, just so that way you can get a little distance, but Nigel's going to take an attack of opportunity. Swinging the short sword at them. That's a natural 20. Heck yeah, Nigel. So that's going to be 6 plus 2 for 8, plus 5 for... Well, no, so that'd be 15 points of damage total, which that is enough to do him in. 15 points of damage. Slashing at him, cutting into him. He is immediately just going to slash right towards the neck. As cutting partway through the neck, the blood just begins to pour and spurt out of the shifter's throat. And with that, we come to Lady Twig.
Okay. So hopefully help Lila out a little bit. Still gonna be attacking the boy that's right in front of her. And how badly is badly injured?
For
like,
Lila?
is he
Or
really
for
rough?
for the
No, for the werewolf boy.
Badly injured means that he's not looking great.
Man. Okay, well...
He is more injured than not.
Wow. Okay, well... in that case... We'll use another ensnaring that second. And I realized the first time I completely forgot him to get his save, so like I can't actually remember to do that one this time. But anyways, the actual attacks is a 17 to hit.
17, and this is against the one behind Lila? Or...
No, the one that's like sandwiched between the two.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So 17 to hit for that's shitty damage. That's 4, 5, 9 damage, and a strength saving from him, TY.
Okay, strength saving. There's gonna be an 8 plus, so that's gonna be 12. So that's a failure.
Okay, so he is now restrained, which I believe means then I get advantage against him for the second hit.
Correct.
Ciao. That is a 17 plus 7 to hit, so I imagine that hits. And then that is another 10 damage against him.
10 damage. Okay, with 10 damage, that is enough to do him in as he drops dead right in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Twig?
And nah, she'll just stay where she is.
Okay. Alrighty. So, with that, you launch the bolt at the werewolf. It drops dead, and we move on to Nalfian's turn. Right now, Nalfian, there's only one more creature left alive, and it is the one right in front of Lila.
Well, I can only get to here, but I can stop. How do I deselect Echo now?
Left click
like
and
they're
drag.
connect. Oh, okay. I'm trying. It's not working. Oh, there it goes. All right, fling him right here.
Okay.
Okay, let's end this shit.
Do it.
That's
I dare
well,
you.
I rolled a 7. Let me end my modifiers.
Advantage.
Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna roll again. Then not even a count. Okay, I rolled a 2. Hold on. Let me count. 7.
Oh shit, we gotta count. We gotta count.
15.
15, that hits.
Okay. Okay, good thing these guys are a little squash. Alright. 9 points of slashing plus
The radiant.
the radiant. Wow, that's trash. So that's 4 radiant. 11 total, right? That's not math, Kayla.
No, 13 total.
13 total. It's fine. I counted my fingers. It's fine. Okay. That's just the first attack, though.
Okay.
24 to hit.
24 to hit,
Second
that
attack.
hits.
Okay. And better. 10 points of slashing damage on the second attack, and then obviously offhand.
Okay. With that,
the
actually, with the
dagger.
second attack, that is enough to do him in. In that moment, you can see the final werewolf let out one final howl as the rapier jams through its throat, cutting off the howl with a gurgle of blood as we exit combat. And all of you are left standing there looking to one another. Bloodied, bruised, and Nalfian, as you look to Lila, smile the victory in combat. You notice a slight golden sheen to her eyes.
My eyes?
Uh-huh. That you do.
And Blossom also heal up Lila just like a little bit. I know she's getting a bit
Lila
low,
might
so...
also pump a cure wounds into herself as well, honestly.
Yeah, just take 9 from Blossom.
9 from Blossom. Okay.
So we're gonna heal you next turn anyways, so...
Yeah, I was also
Speaking
gonna
of
heal
Lila.
myself. Actually, I was gonna do... Okay, she's at 19 now, so she won't pump one in herself right now. It's not great, but there's no more fighting, so...
Nalf's gonna look at Lila and just say, I think we have a problem.
I mean, I'm not feeling very good. I think I
No, Lila,
got punched around a little bit too much, but...
do you have a mirror on you?
Oh, always. She's gonna reach into her bag.
At this
And,
point, Nigel's kind of walking towards the group of you. As Lila, you look at yourself opening the mirror. You see the green eyes. Nigel speaks up and says,
It's because you're infected.
First of all, hi.
It can uninfect you, though, right?
Well, that's what we did with Nigel, so I think I could just remove curse again. I can't today. I'm a little tapped out, but tomorrow I can just do it on myself, right?
Yeah? If you do it quickly. Well, tomorrow, right away.
Nigel, are
Well,
you
what
still
about with
infected?
Draven Hunt?
We can't go back tonight, if that's the case.
I am changed slightly, but I'm me.
What
For
does
the most
change
part.
slightly means?
Some of... I found others when I ran. Others like them. Golden eyes shifting their form. They welcomed me as if I was one of their own. Last night I saw the man who attacked me. And I think he noticed that I wasn't fully committed, fully changed. I don't know, but I kept running that night. I figured I might be safer in town than anywhere else. But then, this morning when I was close, those men in white, they went to attack me. I didn't want to hurt them. And then I saw those same creatures, they lunged out and attacked the white cloaks. And then I ran because I knew that I was outnumbered. If they would try and take me, they'd want to kill me just the same as I'm sure that man did. So when I heard the shots, I knew they were attacking somebody else, and maybe with my help they would live, but it seems as though you've come back out. Searching? Were you looking for me, or were you looking for something else?
As you can see, like I said, Nigel, he is for the most part fairly human, right? That scruff is still there a little bit, but just from like a normal beard. The hair is a little mangy just from being outside. But you can see the two golden eyes that he has. And I'll go ahead and share some artwork for Nigel. Like I said, the sort of red ginger hair that he has, framed out with the golden eyes. Only difference is this art doesn't have golden eyes.
We actually were looking for you. Just wanted to make sure you were all right and kind of make sure that, you know, what I did worked for sure.
Yes and no, I think. I don't have a feral instinct for blood like I did before. I remember it like it was a dream, really. But when I get angry enough, it comes back. I have a harder time controlling it, but I'm learning, I suppose. And with creatures that aren't affected by Paraido, wolves, I can speak to them. But those that are, there's a block there.
So the cure worked a bit. And maybe, if we find someone who's able to cast more powerful than Lila, you could be cured completely?
I don't know if I want to.
Curse isn't a good thing. Why would you want to keep that?
What I had before Lila helped me was a curse, yes. It was meant to afflict my mind and hurt me, to make me a pawn, a servant for this man. This Parido, as he was called. But with what Lila did, I know who I am, and I feel no servitude or fealty to them. But
That
yet,
doesn't change the fact that what it's from is, well, bad, and, well, if we don't know how it properly operates, then, well, I mean, I don't know if there's any way he could then get you back under that servitude. And either way, it wouldn't be right.
I don't know if I could just go back to being a nobody, to being some farmer. I can talk to wolves. I have strength unlike anything I've ever known before.
But it's not right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Real quick, Joe, before I go all off and about, how much would Lila know about creatures or people gaining special abilities through, like tampering of their DNA, but it's not like a curse, like the tiefling thing or sorcerers, for instance?
Yeah. No, I would say that I think that most times you feel like going off on a tangent, it's probably well warranted just because you did go to a school. You went to the school.
No, I just don't want to be like, wow.
No, yeah, in this case especially so. You probably had a class or two about mutanogens and afflictions on the body that cause magical features to take place, such as tieflings, Aasimar, sorcerers, even warlocks to an example, and probably lycanthropy to an extent.
Awesome. So she'll kind of start off with explaining that. I don't have to do word for word what you just said, kind of touching on those things, and then kind of finish off with, I understand that it seems kind of risky, but also at the same time, many other instances of maybe what seemed to come from a negative or dark source did provide special abilities to people, and they had full control over those abilities, and even in some cases changed their lives for the better. Actually, probably most cases, if you have control over it, maybe some people would not want those gifts and wish for more who they were before, but
Here's the problem. And Nigel, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. We wish nothing against you. We didn't set out here to cause you any harm. But the children of the flame are looking. Now, this... What is his title? Cindered? Burnt? Crispy?
crispy.
What is his title, Joe?
Cindered.
Cindered, okay, sorry.
A little charred.
A little
Got
charred.
that, like, smoky flavor.
I was giving you a hard time, I love you. Mwah. Sorry. Our cindered friend. I want to say gave his word, but I don't know how much I trust him. That he was going to try and remove this from me. If we don't...
we say that Nigel's already dead, and we just bring back one of them. She points to the corpses of the werewolves.
It's not a terrible idea.
We just say we found him, we had a fight, we couldn't bring him back alive, and we just bring back that. There's no way of telling if it's you or not.
But what about when they find him, right? I mean, if they're all over this area, how would he get out?
Do you think you could get out?
Of course, I can speak with the wolves. I can know which paths of the forest lead out to the ocean. White Harbor's not that far away from here, especially by foot. I feel faster, stronger than I ever have. sure I could only need to rest for a couple of hours and then I can start moving again.
And if we prove you're not here, then hopefully they'll stop looking. The thing is, they're not going to give him a chance if he's like this and he doesn't want to get rid of this gift. So, we need another plan.
Don't go to White Hobbit, though.
You said
please.
don't go?
Not to there. At least not unless you're, I guess, passing through. I suppose that'd be okay, but, please don't stay there.
Why shouldn't I stay there?
Please.
Listen,
Do you
I
think that
think
I'm
that
going to hurt people?
No, that's not what she
No,
means.
I just think it would attract the wrong kind of people, and
Nalf's gonna like put his hand on Twig's shoulder. Nigel, we're just concerned. Alright?
I'm not going to hurt anyone.
Okay.
No, we know
But
that you're not.
staying in Iverion is just not a good idea with all of these white cloaks running around. I would go and not stop running until there's none of them around. Maybe find somebody who knows more about this, who can give you that peace of mind to know that this is a gift and not another curse. There are powerful people out there who know this far better than we do, than you do. And if you can get to them, that would be my advice.
Very well. That I can do.
The help here. She's gonna kind of hold out her hand, and she's gonna give him 50 gold so that he can pay to get on a ship and leave. And she's gonna say, I understand getting gifts from somewhere that seems bad can be a good thing. Okay, I get getting to give it up. So you take this and you run, and I trust you that you have this. You have this under control.
He'll nod at that. Definitely means a lot to him to hear that.
Before you head out, I have a few questions as she blinks with her golden eyes. How quickly did you notice any sort of changes? And when did you notice golden eyes? And what's going to happen to me?
I think that it is a little different, I'm sure, because it wasn't done by him, as opposed to just someone who was infected by him. But for me, it happened in a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a lot better. Okay, so I can definitely, tomorrow morning, take care of this, at least to the best of my ability. All right.
And the college could probably help, right?
Yeah, I definitely, there's plenty of people there who are just stronger than me and do like the final touches of getting rid of this curse.
And someone can make her eyes not look that way. I just don't want to go back. Don't want to go back to that man and him give us shit.
Do you want me to? I can minor illusion it.
That would be best.
Great. That was my next question.
Yeah, I'll just keep that over your eyes. We should be fine.
Okay, great.
Nalf's gonna like extend his hand to Nigel.
And he'll return it and he'll shake your hand.
Get yourself checked out. And keep your temper under control.
I will.
Know that we are taking a fucking big risk doing this.
And believe me, I do not take that lightly.
And Nalf will just let go of his hand and kind of gesture with his head for him to leave.
Okay. And he'll do that. You can see him just kind of nod and then begin to run past you and then begin sprinting away.
Okay, now we gotta grab a body. Bring it back.
I got it. No, she's just gonna like run his hands through his hair and would a head be okay? Can he cut the head off of one of them? You think I should take the whole thing?
I think a head is
Surely a
enough.
head would suffice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, well then, just kind of chippity chop.
All right. Blossom will lend her longsword because it'd take a while to cut with a rapier, you know.
Well, I mean, it's not a
Pokes it a
traditional
lot.
rapier. I mean, it's
It's like pumpkin carving when you have to poke out your like shape first.
No.
his sword isn't a traditional
off.
rapier though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
The longsword's
she'll
got a little bit
pull
more
it,
weight
yeah.
to it, yeah. And
Yeah.
this is definitely more of a strength chopping thing. She'll let you carry the head.
For
She doesn't want to
sure.
touch that thing, but she'll chop it off for you. You're like, all right, there you go, sweetheart.
So do we want to just say it was just one? Or something, and then so that there's less confusion about whether it actually was Nigel?
But what are we gonna say about them? And points towards the sort of 5 dead children of the flame.
We can just say we found them dead, and Nigel, this werewolf was standing over them, and we took care of it.
I mean, it already seemed
the
like
other
he
werewolf.
thought something happened to them if that man, Dunrick, is uncomfortable.
Or we could say we didn't find him at all.
I think as much truth that we can put in the story is gonna be the best. We came across the camp and we found them all dead. We were attacked. Nigel was just as inflicted as the others, but we knew it was him. Perhaps he talked to us before he transformed. Admit we were wrong, because I'm sure that'll make him happy. And give him his head. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be good enough. Does that work with everyone?
That works for me.
Yeah, just let me tell him that we were so sorry, that we were so wrong. He was definitely right, because you're great, Nalfian. I just don't trust you to say it without any sarcasm.
What do you mean? Alright.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll say nothing. Yeah, my word.
Okay.
Alrighty. So with that, you begin the 2-hour trek back to the village of Midglin.
As we're walking back, Yuri wants to walk by Twig. And she's just gonna say, as they're walking, why didn't you want him to stop in White Harbor? Really?
Because it's my home. I don't want bad things happening there. And I mean, Aunt Beth had said that she was going that way as well, and so I didn't want him to bring bad things.
Yuri's gonna insight check Twig. Because she's wondering if she really thinks she doesn't want bad things to follow Nigel, or if she thinks Nigel's the bad thing.
Yeah, make an insight check.
18.
18. Twig, what vibes is she picking up?
I mean, she's genuine. Like, you know, she wants to believe that, you know, she doesn't vibe obviously with what's happened with Nigel at all. But it's definitely just in the sense of, you know, clearly this guy is, you know, the Children of the Flame are after people like him. And like, you know, if that's gonna bring bad news to White Harbor, she doesn't want that. Like, she's very truthful in what she's saying.
Okay. Yuri just kind of nods. Okay. I just was checking about how you felt about it. You seemed very I understand not being happy with him being okay with what he has. I was just checking.
Well, I mean, I'm glad he's okay with it. I worry if it might end up hurting him. I don't know. I feel like nothing that's connected to the Dark One could be good, so... Well, even if there's a couple of degrees separation away from it, I don't know. I think it'd be better to just be cured.
Yeah. I guess there's potentially just as much risk involved in him trying to get rid of it as keeping it, but... Yeah, the Dark One is typically bad news. I hope he's okay too. He didn't make this choice. He didn't want this to happen to him, but... It's hard to let go of power when you haven't had any. So I hope he's okay.
I also just feel like it'd be good to know that it can be cured. I mean, if Lila now has whatever it is.
Yeah. My hope is that we caught it like instantaneously. She'll be able to cure it tomorrow, that it'll be less severe, and it didn't come from Parido. But
what if it does get worse?
Nigel had control. And I haven't
but
seen
Lila was the one that fixed it, so if Lila can't fix herself, then
Well, you can cast spells on yourself, so I trust that she can. And at any rate, we're going to a place with some of the most powerful magic users in the world. And we have time before this stuff starts really affecting her, so with any luck, it'll be fine.
Right.
Lila's strong, she's got this.
I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her after all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be fine. And anything that happens we can deal with. We've dealt with everything else so far. So this should be no different.
Right.
Positivity, Twig. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm being positive.
Mm-hmm.
Just concerned.
Yeah. They'll be fine. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll get her cured. She's got this. We've got this. It's fine. Let's just deal with the actual Dark Friends and the Children of the Flame right now and put this to one side.
Right.
Okay. And she's gonna kind of whistle for Lucky, and she's gonna have big, fluffy golden retriever bound up to Twig to try and give Twig a bit of comfort.
Yeah, and he'll just sort of like nuzzle up right next to you.
Like, hi.
You're like leaning down to give him little scritches behind his ear as they're walking.
Ooh, yes. That's good.
Very good dog.
Joe, does Lila feel anything? Like, does she feel different?
Nothing too much right now. You are a little bit more sensitive to smell.
My perfume's a bit strong today.
Yes, it is, yeah. But other than that, nothing too much right now.
As we're walking, again, just making sure we're not being followed still. Just gonna keep an eye out.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
What do I add up to like it? $13.
13? Okay, all right. So do your best. You keep an eye out. At least for the journey home, you don't really notice anything. At least the journey back to Midglen.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, if there's nothing else anybody's saying to each other, you do arrive back in the village of Midglen. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. As you arrive, the Children of the Flame mark your arrival. You can see as you're re-entering and eventually head back around towards the tavern, Draven Hunt is still here, waiting your return. And he sees you return with the head of the werewolf, and you can see him look down and frown as he says,
Well, it seems as though he was too far gone, was he?
Yuri. Yeah. Your eyes are purple.
Cool.
Yuri kind of holding her side where she was like attacked, so it's like bloody and kind of making more of a thing of it. She's gonna point to the head and say, yes, you were right. And we're sorry, he seemed too far gone. We tried everything we could, but in the end, that was all we could do.
You have nothing to apologize for. You tried to show mercy, and there is nothing wrong with that. It is human to err. It makes me sad to lose someone else who's been strayed so far from the light. But this is the way of war. Those who turn their back must die. Most cannot be saved.
Yeah. We found some Children of the Flame out in the forest as well. The 4 of them. They were killed. They had the markings on them of someone who was killed by one of these things, so just what you should know. There were some more bodies there too of these kinds. It seemed like Nigel found more, but this one, he was far gone, but he seemed like he could speak just a tiny bit. He told us he didn't want to come back. And that's how we knew it was him.
Very well. I'll send more scouts out to retrieve the bodies. Is there anything else you discovered while you were out there?
Is he vibing with this?
doesn't seem like he's questioning too hard, because if anything, you just revalidated his ideology.
Okay, there was just a long pause in there, so I was reading into that a little bit, but
It's okay.
Yuri will show kind of like where she got shot. There were some with guns, which seems to line up with what you were saying, but they had yellow eyes too, and they were obviously fighting with these things, so...
Parido infamously used a rifle. Seems as though he's teaching them the feral aspects and the areas of the marksman. Very concerning that he's this close. I'll have to call more soldiers down from Bromsgrove. One of the 13 this close. It's not good.
And he's going to give a whistle, and there is a man that runs over in robes, not necessarily armor, but robes of white and gold. Looks to Draven Hunt and says,
Yes, Sinded Hunt. What would you have of me? Send a message to the Lightbearer. Tell them I request at least 2,000 more soldiers to come to Iverion in the Riverlands.
Dude.
If Parido is here, we'll need to have him dealt with. Especially if he's amassing legions of werewolves and shifters. You 5 are free to leave. I apologize very much for my coarse behavior this morning. You just have to understand that there is no leniency with the Dark One, for he will show no leniency with us. Good luck, and safe travels on the rest of your journeys. May the light guide you.
Thank you. You too. And we understand. And she's just gonna kind of nod her head and then walk away.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just look at him for a very long time and then walk away.
Yuri grabs Snalf and is like, come the fuck on.
I'm not trying to start anything. Just looking at him.
All right.
Yeah, I fucking apologize to
lying
me,
to his
bitch.
face. Don't give him a reason to start
I
shit.
didn't fucking. He's not doing any of that, by the way. He'll take. No. He'll take. I mean, he did look at him, but like he'll let Yuri lead him away.
Okay. Good call.
Yeah, nah.
All right. Sounds good. So, with that, yeah, you head away. Now, it is midday at this point. It is not nearly that late. I don't know why it defaulted to that. Let me back it up just a hot sec here. So at
Are
this
there other taverns in town? I don't know if I want to stay here anymore.
no, the only one, sadly, is the one you're currently staying at, the Great Stag Inn.
We could do another late night.
Yeah.
I just travel.
Yeah, and then,
Yeah.
because is it one more town till Wheat Hill, or is it Wheat Hill next?
Wheat Hill is next.
Well,
We get there, we can find Alistair. We know which tavern he's in.
yeah. And it'll just be, we'll probably just get there kind of late, but
The sooner that we get there, the sooner we leave.
Right.
that's true.
And sooner we can get Lila to the college, too.
I would appreciate that.
You've got this. You're fine. You'll be fine.
She's gonna like lean over when we're not in the tavern anymore. She's gonna like lean over to Yuri and be like, I don't look hairy, do I?
No. Oh, no. It's just the eyes.
Okay.
Actually, the
I
eyes.
don't know if I could grow a beard. That would be the worst.
You're fine. She's gonna take her by the shoulders. It's fine. Stop freaking out. You've just got yellow eyes, and yellow eyes actually look really cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Totally cool.
Great. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I guess we're
guess.
going to Wheat Hill.
Mountain up!
Let's go.
Fuck out of here! Where's Marshall?
Okay. Alrighty. So with that, you oh man, I got a hair in my eye.
Before we
Oh
leave,
yes.
Nalth is just gonna offer his hand to see if Twig will ride with him.
I mean, depending on how early he was doing that, like, Twig was already going with the assumption that she was going to be with Blossom again.
And then I guess he'll sadly let his hand fall as she walks past him and get on Marshall.
Man.
And he'll ride by himself.
You as Twig, as you make your way over towards Blossom, she kind of like sets her saddlebags down on her mare and kind of stretches her back a little bit, and she's like, oh, ow, my back. Oh, what is going on? Oh, ouch.
Are you okay?
Oh,
Did you get hurt?
I think I did. I think one of those werewolves or the shifters must have got me. Ow.
Wait, like Lila?
No. I think I maybe just got scratched up a little bit. Might have been a ricocheted shot that got me. Oh, ouch.
I mean, I can probably help if you're injured.
Oh, no, I think it's just one of those rest things. I don't think it's... I'm not bleeding anywhere, that's for sure. We already got that all taken care of. Oh. Twig, I hate to be a bad sport, but would you mind if I ride by myself? I don't think that it'd be good for me to be jostling up next to another person.
No, that's okay.
All right, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Next time we travel, I promise. I just think, I don't know, there's something going on. I got a kink in my back or something. I don't know. Oh.
Well, I hope it gets better.
Oh, I hope so too. Especially if we get into another fight. Can you imagine me with a crooked back going into a fight? I don't think that'd be very good for anybody.
I don't think so. Right.
She'll do like an awkward like heel turn of just like, I don't know where to go now.
Yep. Because Lila and Eurydice have already mounted up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Unless you want to ride with Lila, the potential werewolf.
Well, I mean, y'all are on the same horse, right?
Yeah.
They're already on the horse.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of good options, basically.
I'm sorry, you're stuck with him.
Yeah, no, like, you can do like the awkward heel turn, kind of like stand idle, like for a hot minute, like, I don't know what to do now. But then just wordlessly make the way over to Marshall and just like, you know, be giving him like a little neck pat. And again, not saying anything will eventually get up on him as well. I don't know if Naf's already on or if he's still getting ready or some shit, but yeah.
I mean, he will offer to help Twig up, but if she got it, she's got it.
I imagine Marshall's cool. Like,
Yeah,
I imagine it's not that hard to get on.
He'll lead down, yeah.
Yeah, we'll kind of lean into it a little bit.
Now we'll just, like, look at Blossom, like, I don't even know if that helped, but thanks. Like, one of those looks. And, just take off.
Yeah. She'll shrug. I'm like, hey, man. I don't know either. Alrighty. So, yeah. With that, all of you begin to ride off into the evening, making your way towards Wheat Hill. So as you're riding in the night, is there any conversation that is happening amongst our party members, or are you guys just kind of, here we go, are you guys just kind of riding along in the night?
Yeah.
If they're riding through the night, Twig will probably fall asleep at some point.
Oh. Lucky becomes a ferret. He's got a little neck warmer.
Yeah, the winter or the spring nights are still a little chilly, just a wee bit.
Yeah, now for like, if Twig falls asleep, he'll fucking somehow shimmy her up to the front so he can like hold on to her while she's sleeping, so she's not just flopping around back there. Kind of wrap his cloak around her, but he's not trying to disturb her. He can read the room.
Yeah.
Lila's always talking about something. But how is Yuri? Because we're going to Wheat Hill, so she'll probably try and read Yuri's vibe. And if Yuri like doesn't want to be talked to, Lila will turn her head and talk to Blossom.
Yuri's talking, but she's doing that thing where she's talking about anything else.
Okay.
So she's like talking about like Lila's eyes and trying to make her feel better about it, and then just like random talking about Alistair and his singing, or about the wall of fire, something.
Yeah. Lila definitely can't stop talking about how she doesn't want a beard. She's like, I know it's not happening yet, but like if it does, I think that'll be worse than me losing control of my mind. Like I can't have a beard. I just can't do it. I wouldn't look good. I'm freaking out a little bit about it.
Don't freak out about it, because it's going to be fine.
But what if I have to shave? What if I get a 5 o'clock shadow?
You're not going to. Look, if it happens, just shave. See? All magic.
She starts to tear up a little bit. She's freaking out. She doesn't want a beard.
You're fine. It's going to be fine.
What if it's curly? Oh God.
She's gonna. Wait, who's at the front right now? Which one of us is driving?
I don't know. I'm assuming you're the one up front because she's having a meltdown.
She's just. She's gonna like turn around for a hot second, like best she can. Like, sort of like, look at me. You're not going to grow a beard. It's going to be fine. You're going to the best college in the world with the best magic users who are going to fix it. It's going to be completely fine, and I need you to calm down because you're freaking me out right now as well, and I need to not be freaking out.
Oh God, okay, that's not helping anybody. Okay, gotcha. Yes.
Great.
You just hear from behind you guys. Mouth is just shushing you.
Oh.
Shouting.
We're so inconsiderate. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or
How bad?
Paylor. I don't. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
Lila.
You did. Yeah.
Lila.
Yeah.
What's that growing out of your chin?
She's gonna on the back of the head with telekinesis.
Oh, okay. I was just kidding.
Not funny. Stop it.
It was a
Look
little
forward.
funny.
Look ahead of you.
Now we'll butt out of their conversation.
Or what if I get sideburns? Oh god.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
She's gonna hit Alfred again. She doesn't have this under control.
I didn't even do anything.
I'm sorry, we're trying to make sure everyone's calm. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm just going back to the place where I murdered my aunt and several other people. This is great.
Yeah, that's definitely more of a big deal. Yeah. That's probably
It's
a lot.
fine. It's fine. We're fine.
I mean, it is going to be fine because, you know, we're always fine.
Well, actually, I had an idea. I wanted to help with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have a bit of a working theory that whoever this person is running the business might not be my aunt.
It really, yeah.
It seems weird. So, here's the idea. If you, because obviously you said that your mum runs a business in Hofcrest?
Actually, so she's like, she does the trade. So what she does is she travels like all over. She's actually, honestly, our parents probably interacted a lot. So she has like a caravan. She goes to the surrounding like towns and cities, and she's like the connecting person. So she'll purchase something in some place and then sell it for a higher price than the next one for a convenience fee.
So, your mum might have known my parents.
Actually, probably definitely. I didn't really talk to my mom. We don't really talk, so I don't really know.
Yeah, funnily enough, I didn't talk to my mum much either.
Really? Oh wait, did she know that when her mom died? Oh god.
You monster.
Really
I'm a terrible person. She's gonna laugh at that instead of say, really? Like an insensitive bitch.
Damn.
Yuri's gonna say, well, the plan was maybe if we go to my aunt's manor, apparently, we can pretend that you're there on behalf of your mom, just to like inquire because she runs a trading thing. And I can come along, pretend to be someone from the college, and we can say that we knew Eurydice and see what their reaction is, because that might determine if it's her or not.
True.
And then
But
we can find out what she knows if she's
the question is, do you want that? Because we could really like go through Hearthcrest and just not Hearthcrest, Wheat Hill, and never interact. We could do our best to avoid all of that, or is this something you really, for you, feel like you need to do?
I mean, partly I need to know what she knows. It's possible she didn't know what I was doing. She didn't realize it, or that she does know, and I don't know. I need to know what she knows about it. Partly for safety reasons, and just I feel awful. She's not a nice person, but that doesn't make what I did right, obviously. And I just... maybe seeing her alive will make that more real, that she's here. And it's gonna terrify me, but... I don't know, it feels important, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
I just want to do what you want to do, because the entirety that I've known you, we've been leading up to not just this, but Hearthcrest, but this comes first, and you don't seem super stoked, so I just didn't want... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also seeing day after this, so it's not the greatest combination of things. But
Do you want us to go with you for his confrontation?
I don't know. I think I'm not sure. I want you immediately there because it might not be very safe, and I think I need to do this myself. you know?
But
I don't want you involved in an argument against Asmodeus, so.
right, so I know for you, you've interacted with him, and it's like maybe not as like extreme for you in your head to be talking to Asmodeus, but from an outsider's perspective, to let your friend that you care about a lot just plan a confrontation with the king of devils and not be able to support in some way is a little hard, just so you know. And I obviously don't want to overstep, but I feel a little uncomfortable just letting you I want us to be able to be there if you need us. Like, we don't have to be can we work out something, I guess? Because if something goes wrong, you need us.
If something goes wrong, I don't want you mixed up in it, because the possibility of it going wrong is pretty high, considering who he is. But if you guys want to be... It's at my parents' house, my old house. So I guess if you guys are nearby, but not in the house, then... I don't know. I don't want you mixed up in it.
Yeah.
When Nalfian confronted his shadow, the Dark One, and all that, we could support him after, but there was nothing we could do in the moment. That felt powerless, but I think in a way, it was good for him to defeat his devil, you know? And we were there for him before and afterwards, but really in the moment, he was the only one that could do anything about it. And I get that maybe for me it's much less of a big thing to be talking to Asmodeus, but that's because I've just had this connection with him for so long, and by now I'm very sick of it. I'm sick of the devil. And I have a lot of things that are going to try and help me. I'm going to put those to use the best I can, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But at least if it goes wrong, I'm not trapped anymore.
Okay. I respect that. I do. I get that. I get it. Everyone's got their stuff, so.
Yeah. But I want.
But she's gonna hug you from behind. Just come back, okay?
Yeah. I will. Okay? It'll be fine. As I always say, it'll be fine. Positive.
It will be. Even if I grow a beard, it'll be fine.
But you won't, so it's fine.
Maybe we can braid it. Maybe I'll make it look good.
It'll probably, to be fair, it'll probably be purple as well. So.
Purple? Interesting.
Pink. You know, because your hair.
Yeah.
Yuri changes her hair to pink. See? Yeah. Yuri won't say anything else. She'll just
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So with that, you continue riding along till eventually the afternoon eventually shifts to evening, and then evening eventually about 3, maybe 4 a.m. just as the sun is about to rise. Just as the sun is about to rise, you can see the small, modest walls of Wheat Hill in front of you. You can see currently, as you approach, the gates to the city are closed. As you approach, there is a guard atop the wall, and you can see that on top of the walls of the city, there is a combination of what Eurydice, you would recognize as normal soldiers or guards, the sort of organized military of Iverion, and a combination of white cloaks as well, that are lingering around on top of the walls. You can see one of the guards lean over and shout, "What business do you have in Wheat Hill, travelers, especially getting here so late in the evening, so close to the morning?"
Sorry, we got pretty caught up at the last tavern, but we wanted to kind of make some headway. We're trying to get to Half Crest. Can we come in, please? We're so tired.
Sorry, you'll have to wait till morning like everyone else.
My name is Lila Tatiana. It's just very important that we get back soon. That's why we rushed in the dark.
We
Hoping
also
that
have a
name
young
drop
child.
helps.
We also have a young child with us who needs to sleep.
You're more than welcome to set up camps outside the gate, but
What a dick.
it's, new regulations. No one can be let in during the nighttime, as creatures of the dark have the easiest time moving throughout the common folk, so I'm told.
And it just about that moment, as it transitions from 4 to 5 a.m., right in that, like 4:50, 4:59, right in that range, you can see that cresting in front of the city, beginning to rise, is the sun. And you can see one of the children of the flame. They step forward and they, hearing the conversation but not interacting at all, they see the sun begin to rise and look down at the group and says,
Well, it looks as though they arrive with the dawn. Welcome to Wheat Hill, travelers. May you walk in the light.
and he smiles. And with that, you can see the gates open. So all of you begin to enter, not knowing what creatures exist, what shadow spawn or dark friends exist in Wheat Hill. But you know that they're here, and you also know that Alistair's here. First mission being to find him, and then to go from there. But that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session.
We're going. Nope, I'm overriding.
I'll make
This
so
is
much
a
art
good.
for you. I have no idea. I will
This
do
is
so many.
good. We're continuing to play.
Da-na-na.
Okay, we will play without you then.
We'll
I'm
play without you.
sorry. But this especially, there are a lot of things that I need to do for Wheat Hill because this is a big moment. This is a big moment, and this is not something that I can just pull out of my butt. I just can't improvise the entirety of a city. I'm sorry. Call me a bad DM, but I'm not gonna take a very important character beat for Eurydice and just try and improv it. That's not what I'm gonna do. And in all honesty, I don't even have a map for Wheat Hill yet. I actually didn't even write down the name of the tavern that, what's his name, that Alistair told you. So I don't even know the name of the tavern that he's staying at.
I probably have it. I'll tell you what it is.
Because when you asked me where are you going to be staying, I knew nothing about Wheat Hill in that moment. So there was...
Well, you made the map already. You showed it to us.
Well, I made that map, but obviously when I made it 6 months ago and now, there are some small changes that have needed to make. But it's okay.
Valid.
We're going to be able to play next week as well.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Please don't hate me. I promise. I want to keep playing as well. If I had the prep done, I would be more than happy to keep going. But I don't want to deliver subpar D&D to all of you. I'm doing this because I care about you, okay?
Hey.
Okay, or you can not say anything.
No, it's okay. I'm just...
City in a box. Just add water and improv. Yep. I'll make sure to order one of those before the next session. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I sure know I did. Woo! Be sure to tune in next week for the continuation of the Isles of Iverion, next Tuesday for the Adventures of the Salamander Coast, and next Friday for the continuation of the Explorers of Afera. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.